You guys see what the title is for today. Welcome back. I'm going to give my review of this. By the way, let's clap it up, man. Welcome back. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Exciting topic on the table. Shout out to Leonard Robertson and shout out to, Beano Mob Productions, man. Welcome to Fedora Gang, my brother. Shout out to D. Allen Warren. Welcome to the Fedora Gang. Well, D. Allen Warren seems, you've been a member a minute, I see. Salutes to you and Beano Mob. I appreciate y'all's support, for real. And shout out to Brent Smith for that super chat. Yeah, y'all see the title. What are the problems with women proposing to men? What are the problems, all right, with women proposing to men? And Gilbert Arenas and Melly Monaco got backlash for the video that we about to review now. And we're going to ask why, and what side are you on about this? Now, I made a post on my community tab or whatever, a poll actually, to kind of weigh in on it myself. And 83% of the people voted in my favor. I said, one thing I wanted to point out about it was the men who let their women propose to them are hypocrites if they complain about society trying to reverse gender roles. Is that a fact? Let's do a poll. Let's do that poll right now. I think it's a hypocrite. I think that's hypocritical, man. Hold on. Men who let... Let's shorten it. Hold on. Men who let women propose to them are hypocrites if they complain about society reversing gender roles. We're gonna have to shorten this word gender because they won't let you put too many words there. I maxed it out, you feel me? Salutes to the chat. I think that men who let their women propose to them are big hypocrites if they run around talking about society reversing gender roles. So the topic of the video is, what are the problems with women proposing to men? And I just gave you one off back. Now I'm gonna give you another one. I want y'all to peep the thumbnail that I got, and I'm finna show you just the main problem off back. If ain't nobody peeped it, guess what? This right here, what's the word, y'all? Because I never say it right, but it demasculizes the man. It promotes the feminine side of the man. It's when we say that they reversing the gender roles, that it's an attack on the manhood and womanhood because they want the women to be men and the men to act like women. Look at these brothers' reactions. This is so unorthodox and so non-traditional that, men, I'm telling you right now, if your woman were to drop on her knee and propose to you, it's gonna feel like she smacked you on the ass, nigga. You're gonna really be put in this like a hoe seat. Like, do I blush? God damn it. Do you shed a little woman tear? Like, listen, in every situation where you see this happening, the man reacts like a bitch. And you can't really get mad at him because it's psychological. You got to understand that dropping the one knee is a very masculine thing because men are what? Leaders. And that's number 3, the other hypocrisy about it. You can't be a man talking about men are leaders, but your woman beat your ass to a commitment. Oh, I'm gonna say that again. All of you niggas out there talking about men are leaders, and like Gilbert Arenas, he wanna red pill it up with all his men are leaders shit. Well, your woman shouldn't be beating you down on one knee, nigga. You should be leading in that too. You should be the first one want the commitment too, nigga. You should be the first one to see the value in the relationship. How she saw that before you. Because if a woman lead in a commitment, how the hell you gonna lead in a household?
Oh my God.
Oh, people, it's a very psychological thing. See, nobody don't think about it this deep right here. There's a lot of problems with it that you don't see on the surface. That go 3 right there, and we ain't even started. See, a man that can't lead to the commitment sure ain't gonna be a good leader in the household. He gonna be like a friend, damn near like another teenage motherfucking personality. Cause, you know, I'm just saying, dog. I mean, that's me stereotyping. I'm wrong for that, but I'm just saying it's a certain truth to that shit about the type nigga that. But I'm just also pointing out the fact that I'm not really tripping on how these dudes reacting because it's psychological. You feel me? Because this is such a reverse of the gender roles that even the most manliest man is gonna react like a bitch when your woman do this. And I don't know if I'm supposed to be cussing in the first couple of minutes of this guy, man. I'm gonna have to edit my joint. Dang. I still ain't got my little filter yet, man. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. But yeah, I'm just saying, in every situation, the man reacts like a woman because it's psychological. It's non-traditional. It's the woman supposed to be covering her face, blushing, and doing all that when the man drop down to a knee, because it's very masculine for a man to drop down to his knee in public and take that risk in front of the whole damn audience, because that's what men do. We willing to gamble on it. If she say no, then hey, I just got embarrassed in front of all the people and shit. You feel me? But I'm just saying, ain't no way nobody can really change my mind on this one, but I am gonna let people call in and speak their minds, you know, and have it be a fair show. But let's just go ahead and watch the video, and you can even see that Gilbert Arenas is gonna react like a woman because it's psychological. But salutes to them anyway, by the way, though. Salutes to Melly and Gilbert.
And subscribe.
But yeah, Gilbert should have got on his knee to that woman, man. Let's go. A lot of these red pill guys be feeling like the woman should get on their knee, like serving the man. I'm masculine, but if you think about it, you shooting yourself in the foot on the leadership part. How? Because you supposed to be the one making the commitment first. But yeah, let's go.
Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe.
Now, Gilbert Arenas is playing and all that, but still, though, it proves my point. That's what I was saying, like, how do I react when a woman proposed to me? Like a woman, like, oh my God, like, this is not normal for men to get proposed to. It damn near catches them off guard, and he playing right now, but it's a little truth to this, and then he does react, you know, like a woman.
Comment and subscribe.
And just the fact that, you know, the man got to hold his hand out and that put the ring on finger and the bent wrist. So it don't matter how tough you are. When she put that ring on your finger, you got to do the bent wrist move for just 1 second there, tough guy. It's okay, man. Hold on. Come on. Gilbert gonna show you how to do it. Let's go one time. Yeah, there we go. Scarecrow hands. Scarecrow hands. Yeah, Gilbert gonna show you how to do it one time. Come on, show these masculine men what they gonna do when that woman put that ring on their finger. Watch them. Talking about reversing gender roles. Watch it. Come on, Gilbert, show them. Teach them how to Dougie. Let's go. Teach them. Bent wrist, son. See, I don't care how hard you is, and I ain't saying that nigga gotta be tough all the time, but dude, this is reversing the gender roles, and that's just all to it. And that's really the main underlying problem of it. We not gonna rewrite history, and yeah, this is just nah. I'm a traditional guy. Let's keep stuff the way it was, man. Why we got to change stuff so much in this modern doggone society? Like, but let's you know. I mean, to me, if you'll let your woman propose to you, you'll let her spoon you too. And you'll let her smack you on the ass and all that. It's the same energy. Let's go.
Why is this so stupid?
Now, it's joking, but it's not joking, because actually you got to kind of react. Like, traditionally, women have that reaction, like the dude on the right there. Look at the dude on the right. Now, if I was in this situation, my guy on the left of this thumbnail got the most, like, poise in this kind of situation. Men, drop a 1 in the chat room if you would feel like, damn, baby, I love you and we gonna get married, but that was kind of embarrassing. And you know, you probably, if you a real nigga and your woman did that, you ain't gonna embarrass her or nothing in public, but you gonna be like, boo, I really wasn't feeling that shit, but I love you. You know, we gonna tie this knot, but damn, boo, like, I wanted to propose to you, and goddamn it, like, you got me reacting like a woman and shit in front of all these people and shit. Like, you put me, you caught me off guard. Like, you supposed to let, and women, you supposed to let the man wait to propose to you, because that shows that he's ready to start a family. It shows, because if a man is the leader of the household, what you doing proposing? That man may not be ready to commit and lead no household. Remember, that's the man's role. In a household, if the man is the leader of the household, which a lot of you niggas ain't today, it's 50-50. But I'm just saying, traditionally, if a man is the leader of the household, that's why he should supposed to be the one proposing. If he's traditionally the breadwinner, right? If these red pill dudes are saying that men are the prize, that don't mean you supposed to get proposed to. Because that mean the woman is initiating the serious commitment. And if you the prize, you got the power in your pocket to say when you want to get serious or not. See, the way that this thing go, a woman can want to get serious all she want. But if the man don't want to be serious, her proposal ain't gonna make him serious. And guess what though? If a woman feeling a dude like that, and you know that the role that the father play in a household, it's a lot of reasons why he should lead first in the commitment. He the breadwinner. If somebody break in that house, he the first line of defense. There's a lot of things a men got to think about before they say, look, this the woman I want to plant my seed in, put my life for. Most men, they still want to play around for a while. Women tend to want to get serious first, which is why the man should be in the position of proposing. Because if a man have sex with a bunch of women, he don't get a bad reputation, but it's different for a woman though. So men got so many incentives to not be serious and to not commit. And I'm just saying that you know that a man really want that woman if he commit. If he get down on that knee, will you marry me? Traditionally, boom, he gonna be a good father. You know what I'm saying? Boom, all that kind of good tradition. You know, I'm not saying that just is true all across the that cut and dry, but it's a lot of reasons why traditionally the man should be the one propose, right? Especially just from the simple standpoint, we saying we're the leaders, right? We gonna initiate the serious relationship from just dating. We'll do that before the woman. We should lead in that department too. You see what I'm saying? Let's go. But like I said, a reaction is going to be, and like I said, I'm not going to even, roast Gilbert or nothing, because I would probably joke like that too to my woman, like, damn near try to hide a blush, like, what the hell? You putting a nigga on a man don't expect that. That's like you walking right. Let's say y'all at the, out the blue, your woman just smack you, just grab a handful of your ass cheek in public, and like you'll snatch her hand like, baby, what the hell you doing? Like, you grabbing a nigga ass like I'm a woman or something, like, it's one of those kind of moments, like, almost. Or maybe y'all think I'm being too, you may think I'm, looking into it too deeply. But those are all my points on it, besides a lot of people telling me that I should stick to flat earth, which is a way for dudes to run from an argument outside of flat earth. See, most of my dudes that follow me, they all are flat earthers. All right, flat power to them. We all flat earthers, so it ain't no smoke right there. And the thing is, the only time I really can debate dudes that follow me is if it's not about flat earth. So when I do bring up topics that's not about flat earth, they say stick to flat earth because they don't want to have to never debate me. It's a way for them to run, because if I stick to flat earth, well, we all agree on flat earth. But when I go to bringing up other things that we don't agree on, they say stick to flat earth and say, oh, we don't agree on that, Sanchez, I'll debate you. See, and be a man and put them draws on, nigga. We ain't gonna always agree. But don't tell me to stick to nothing. Just come and debate me about what I'm saying about this other topic, sir. And those are my points on it, and I can see that 83% of the people felt the way that I did, so that let me know that I'm not tripping. Now, let me go ahead and see if there's anybody on the call line that want to join and weigh in on this intricate topic here, because, yeah, this is a thing now where women are proposing to men, and I just want to say that to the women doing it, it really makes you look thirsty and just like low self-esteem. Now, Melly Monaco, right, I'll give her a pass because she's a beautiful woman, right? She's a beautiful woman, and we knows that she can grab her NBA player, NFL player, all that, so we can take it off the table for her. But most times, it's a woman that knows that, right, that it's some, in most cases, right, the dude is the prize, and the woman know that she really is not worthy to be serious with that man. She really ain't worthy for nothing but like just for me to hit it and for real. And I hate to be honest, a lot of these women, that propose first Cause in they mind, listen, I got a bunch of kids, you know, I got a bunch of bodies on me. This young man got a lot going for himself. He's doing good for himself. I better try to lock this nigga down, and he's not finna give me no baby. He's strapping it up. Listen, I can be wrong, but I'm just saying, and I don't, if a woman out there proposed to her man, don't get mad at me. I'm sorry for speaking how I feel about it. Shit. You ain't gonna find no goddamn bad beat bitch, you know, proposing to her man. She wanna know is that nigga serious. Traditionally, the man gonna propose. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, even Beyonce, and we know what level of woman she on. I'm pretty sure Jigga had to get on one knee and propose, and that's a boss nigga. Like, I'm just saying. You got so yeah, but you know. That's just my take on it. I don't want to rub it in too much because there's probably some women in the chat room that propose to their men and they gonna fucking unsub from me. So I better stop right there. What's up? What's good? What's good?
Shout out to you, Sanchez. Shout out to anybody else that's on the panel. Great subject, great subject.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the day,
At least, my brother.
I don't know if everybody knows, but the whole diamond industry is a big cash cow. Now we all know that this industry, this diamond industry, was targeted towards women. You know what I'm saying? So I agree with you in one sense, but then in the other sense too, Sanchez, I do get the point that you're making where you're saying, you know, maybe you're making a little too much out of it. You know what I'm saying? Because yo, there's some instances, yo, dudes make women wait for years at times. You know what I mean? And I find that's a little
It should be that way because women mature quicker than men, and they are ready to start a family and get serious with the thing quicker than men.
Yes. Yeah. I agree. I agree. I definitely agree. But when you know, like I'll use me for example. I didn't really go that route. I just talked about it with it. You know what I mean? And basically, we did what we had to do together. But I have a very kind of small family. We're not together, so me doing a whole big whole family wedding and all this type of stuff, that wasn't in the cards for either of us, me or her. Both of us were kind of in that same situation. So we kind of both wanted the same thing. So we kept it small, but we talked about it. I didn't have to get on one knee. She knew from the moment I met her that she may be the one. I was taking those steps when I met her. You know what I mean? Don't get me wrong. I made some mistakes along the way. You know what I mean? But
yeah.
At the end of the day, we just talked about it. You know what I'm saying? The whole marriage for me, marriage and that piece of paper is a scam. You know what I mean? In the world that we live in, you putting the state between you and your woman. I don't think that's something that makes sense. At the end of the day, I know for women it's something different, but I feel like a lot of women kind of do it for status purposes nowadays. You know what I mean? So correct me if I'm wrong.
Now listen, I'll say this, right? A lot of people are saying, Sanchez, that ain't true. Women are the ones that want to get serious first. Statistics show that, and traditionally, that have been the case. That's why the Temptations made that song, Papa was a rolling stone. Wherever he laid his hat was his home. Because back in the day, the men just went around making babies all over the place. That's why that's why child support is more men on it than women. Because, like, again, men don't carry a baby in their belly for 9 months and have to raise another seed. And you can skeet in a woman and keep it moving and just do other women and keep it moving, and you ain't got the burden of the baby if you don't want it. She can't do that. She'll go to jail. That baby hurt. She got to raise that baby, man. So this is why women want the man to go ahead and commit. 9 times out of 10, a single mother want that baby daddy to be in the family, in the situation. It's just that what I will agree with is that they got so much incentive today to not put up with the nigga, to where back in the day, it don't matter what you didn't like about that nigga, you needed him in that family. But Uncle Sam got the system today to where any little thing, they can be mad at their baby daddy and fucking kick him to the curb because Uncle Sam gonna step in and be the baby daddy number 2. He gonna be the assistant or whatever. So before that, women had to make it work with the man that got them pregnant. It was more incentive, even though even back then you had Rolling Stones, like I just said. No woman want to be at home with 10, 15 children. Traditionally, that's how it was. A bunch of women with hella kids at the house and the man gone out and about whichever one of his baby mama houses he's sleeping at that night. The Temptations wouldn't lie. That's why traditionally women are the ones that want the serious relationship first, because they the ones that's burdened with the baby. They want help. Duh. Like,
Said too. We gotta keep in mind that most men, I feel like we put men in this category of like you said, Rolling Stones and fucking hoes, but most niggas don't even get hoes. They ain't never got no hoes. A lot of men is virgins. A lot of men don't have kids. Like, a lot of women all want the same kind of man most of the time. So it's like they don't choose the right man. And I feel like we give them this kind of out when we saying stuff like, oh, the men, knock them up and leave them, and I feel like we're giving them an out. Like,
well, look, if I don't say that, then I'll be giving the men an out. You see what I'm saying? So we still gotta say it both ways.
I agree. I don't agree with giving nobody out, really. I feel like everybody, once you're an adult, but I definitely feel like, once you're an adult, and you're a man, you held to a higher standard as far as accountability, responsibility, any ability, really. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So yeah, that I gave y'all several reasons why I think that women proposing to men is just for every reasons that those dudes bring up about why it's wrong to reverse the gender roles. You can throw this up under that same category here, but they don't see that though. Like, they talk a lot about reversing gender roles, but they pushing this, and I'm like, bro, that's like a contradiction.
But going back to what I said, I feel like a lot of women kind of want marriage nowadays. It's more for status purposes, because my homegirl getting married or some shit like that, or my sister got married or some shit like that. There's a lot of women too that's chasing the proposal, and when the proposal actually comes, bro, this is women that were not ready for marriage at all. Once they're in the marriage, they're not acting like wives. You know what I'm saying?
Salute everybody.
I don't know. I don't know how a wife act for real. We got to discuss that, but let's talk about it real truth.
Oh yeah, man. Times change, man, and the mentality ain't the same with the women, so it doesn't even look strange anymore. I mean, if this looks strange, then what about the rest of it? I mean, have we caught up with, Obama passing the law for men and women to marry each other? Like, ain't nothing strange anymore.
Men and women to marry each other?
I mean, men to men and women to women. You know what I mean, right?
No.
So nothing's strange to me anymore. Seeing this, and if it's on
Nah,
camera, or
it's not strange. It's just too common. I wish
it's crazy.
the problem is for why I'm doing the stream. I wish
Yeah,
it was strange, but
yeah, me too.
it's so common that it ain't even strange no more. And
Right.
that's why I say I gotta point it out. The niggas like, listen, this should be
Hey,
strange, you know? Yeah.
yeah, and I saw somebody in the chat talking about black women. I mean, they down in black women. There's somebody with a wrench. Like, I was raised by a good mother. Even if, I mean, my father was in my life, right? But they were married and separated. But what I'm saying is, I was raised by a good woman, so I can't go at every woman like he's going at them, like in the chat. Like, black women don't want families. There's a lot of good black women. There's a lot of good people in the world. It's just a whole lot of badass people, and
So
you're able to look at it now live.
so
That's all.
that's facts. Now, do y'all want to have some fun with me today? Today, what we're gonna be doing is reviewing and reacting to women proposing to men. So, yes, and I'll be roasting some of these too. So buckle up. Here go the first one. Let's get it. Drop a like if y'all think this is some of the greatest content on YouTube. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Can I get y'all support? Yes, you go, girl. You got it, girl.
Yeah, we can't hear it back here.
Now, see, I'm gonna share something with you. Women are not used to this position, and it just don't come off right. When a woman does it, it comes off as begging. It comes off as, please marry my ratchet ass. Like, save me, save a hoe, please. I hate to do this. Nah, women gonna get mad at me for that one. But I gotta roast this. Like, this comes off as it's not a good look for a woman. I'm just saying. And she got rejected too. Let's roast it up.
Can I get y'all support? Yes, you go, girl. We got you. You got it, girl.
Do you think?
Oh, that's so sweet.
I'm talking about.
Imagine how bro feel. Bro like, I wish this bitch would get the fuck up. Oh my fucking God. I know this side of this nigga head.
Bro.
This nigga is fucking like, he's fucking pissed. Like, yo, what the fuck? Get your ass up.
All right, turn it back on.
He said yes.
Man, turn the music back on.
What he said?
Hit that music.
He said, turn the music back on. He didn't answer nothing. He did it with swag. I gotta give him prop. That was classy how he rejected it, though. I thought it was gonna be, wow, that was a classy one. Hold up. He gonna turn the music on and let her know we ain't doing this.
DJ.
What you say, Tab?
If that nigga didn't say yeah loud, it's a no.
That's what I'm talking about. That's why he's the MVP. That's why he's the GOAT.
I can't say he showed in a SEP, so that's automatically a rejection. But I ain't gonna lie, it's a very bad look. Yeah, that's a bad look.
I say, you know what? I say, since all this stuff is happening the way it is, and I say, if men had to go through it, let them go through it too. That's just, you know what I'm saying?
It's crazy. Yeah, hey, that's why I said women. This ain't
On another episode of Relationship.
Oh my God, when a nigga look away and scratch his head, he's saying in his mind, what the fuck are you doing? Yo, tell me the head scratch ain't crazy though, man. Tell me this still shot right here don't say it all. Let's go. Ooh, and the forehead wrinkle. Come on. Oh, man, that forehead wrinkle is saying, I got to reject this bitch. God damn it. That forehead is wrinkle is saying, damn, she done got shirts, roses. Is that motherfucking Moet over there? And I got to reject all this. Like, he's looking around at all the shit she did, and he's thinking to himself, she gonna make my rejection this fucking that much harder. God damn it. That's what's going on in his head right now. In his head right now, he looking around like, damn, nigga, is that Michael Jordan pulling up outside in a Will You Marry Me limo? Oh my fucking God. Is that a blimp in this? This bitch got a blimp in the sky. Oh, I'm gonna have to tell her no with all this. That's what he's thinking right now. Listen.
Didn't know what I was gonna say. Yeah, the pressure is on you, not on him, on me. But I have loved this man for forever. We have a child together and we have a family together. I know he doesn't think much of this little singing thing that we've done today, but I wanted to find out. We've known each other for 10 years.
Oh my God.
Hey, Sanchez, this is like now they're gonna force these niggas' hand. Forcing the hand, yo.
This is basically, listen, let me tell you something. You've been with this nigga for 10 years and he ain't dropped on a knee yet. You should be, no, hell no. Hell no, he gonna reject this shit. Cause guess what that nigga said, I'm lost for words, man. This is
I wanted to know if you'd spend the rest
crazy.
of the night with me.
Nowadays, it looks like a lot of women.
Oh, this reaction is not good.
No, Chris, that's it. Yes or no?
As an African man, you have to do it the proper way.
I'm going.
Did you hear that? As an African man, you have to do it the proper way. And guess what he's saying? You let the man propose. Because guess what? That's his, and he got a lot of class. Hold up. That's his way of, why is a nigga cutting me off? That's his way of saying, you should let me propose to you because I know when I'm ready. Yes, it's been 10 years. And I ain't proposed to you, have I? So his rejection was, I gotta do this. As a man, I can't respect this because it ain't the African way. But that is his way of saying, like, I'm not ready for this shit. I might need another 10 years before I even think about it. And you got, hey, you got me, but you don't got me. I ain't on no papers or nothing, but I'm here though. Now a woman can run a man away with this. Because listen, if he in her life every day with that child and they doing good and they happy, why you want to go to the state? Why you want to go up there to the court? Now that man probably back off you a little bit now, just because of this, but you know.
Kiss her, man. You want to see that, man? You want to see some juice, right? Let's see some juice. That's what you do, bro. Come on.
My whole mouth is it's
So what would you do in this situation? Because I'm gonna be honest, man, what makes it begging is the female in her mind is saying the more shit that I buy and that I get, the more chances he gonna say yeah. But even if he do, it's more like he's pressured to. Because like I was making a joke, but that's real. When a nigga look up in the sky, she said, come outside and you got a blimp, a motherfucking Air Force pilot, painting I love you, doing flips and shit with the smoke. Goddamn Donald Trump pulling up saying, hey, will you marry her, man? And everybody watching your ass, nigga. And goddamn Whitney Houston just rose up from her dead and said, yeah, will you do it? Every damn body looking at you, nigga. And then 2 more fucking blimps just passed by the sky with will you marry her? What you gonna do, nigga, on the next blimp? And all that pressure, man. And the nigga just say, yeah, like, okay, fuck it, yeah, I'll do it. See, men don't make good decisions under pressure. But see, this is so non-traditional. My boy hit her with the, this ain't African, so I can't really give you a yes or no. And she tried to push it in him like, come on, yes or no, nigga, yes or no. Like, no, man. Come on, man. And he looking at that cake like, I wonder how fucking much you paid for this shit. All this money, and goddamn it, this is foolish. This is foolish. This is not the Nigerian way. Nigerian way. Yeah, that's crazy, man. T-shirts. T-shirts. People. Not the T-shirts, y'all. On the little boy. So she put the T-shirt on the son. I'm gonna guess that this must be the son. And that's just so cringe. Like, do you know how much pressure it is to not say no? You ain't gonna get a genuine answer. That I don't really fuck with these kind of proposals. You know, the whole public proposals, you know, I'm gonna take her to Six Flags, and in the middle of the fucking crowd, I'm gonna drop to a knee like the little children and Mickey Mouse and them give a fuck about my engagement and my proposal, nigga. I'm the type nigga that'll walk right by y'all like, man, move out the way. I'm trying to get to the roller coaster. Go propose over there, nigga. I'm a jerk, nigga. I'm a jerk. While everybody else, oh, man, look, do that shit at your house. Because check this out. You trying to trap a nigga, and that go for men, too. The men that do it, too. Like, public proposals are goofy to me. It's like you don't want them to say no. You ain't gonna really get a genuine answer most of the time like that. Because all these, and then it puts that person on the spot. It's so fucked up when you think about it. Because that person may want to say no, but they know the public want to see a yes. They know that old white lady that's eating that goddamn buttersquash, ready to break down in tears when he say yes. And everybody ready to shoot fireworks and jack off and walk on water when he say yes and all that shit. So the pressure of you not saying yeah, it basically is like a desperate move. Like, nigga, you trying to do this shit in public because you know it's gonna be hard for a nigga to tell you no. And that go for the men too. Like, that right there crazy to me. I've never been a fan of that. Because I tell you, hey, get up off your knee. I tell you right there, don't embarrass me in front of these people, man. Get your, hey, baby, get up off your, don't do this. Don't do this right now. Okay, hey, grab her, lift her ass up. You know, they'd be like, what you doing? She were gonna propose to you. She was going to. Key words, nigga, going to. Go ahead, my bad. You know, I got roasted a little bit. We got Brian Roden on here. We got 5 people on the call, man. Yeah, what would y'all do in that situation, fellas? You know, you got everybody watching. They want you to say yeah. They tearing up, and all you got to do is say yeah, and everybody gonna pop champagne. You ruining the party. You ruining the party, man. Not saying yeah. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, I don't do the public proposals is just not, to me, you gonna end up getting a divorce when you do that. They say yeah because of the pressure for real. Or is that a reach, y'all? Is that a reach?
No, you made a great point. Nah, man, it definitely put people. It definitely put the man under pressure for sure. But the whole on the other side of things, where you said it goes on. It's this the same goes on the other side, vice versa. Women want that stuff. They kind of want those public kind of proposals and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I don't know if it's seen the same way in vice versa. You know what I mean? They want those
That's crazy
public.
because you're right. Oh, man, you right.
Nah, go ahead, man. Say your point.
Nah, because both of y'all just, gave both sides of it, because like he said, it's fucked up, it's awkward, it's pressure. And then like you said, like women want that. Like they want to feel like special or some shit, So you want you to go above and beyond and shit. Like why you didn't, do it at Ruth Chris or some shit? I don't know.
Bro,
But that goes back.
And when big things are planned and you don't propose, they talking ill about you with their friends. She'll go to her best friend. Yo, he took me to Hawaii. No, girl, he didn't propose. You know what I mean? Shit like that. You know what I mean? So they're always on the lookout for stuff like that. That's why I say women kind of want that. They want that special feeling. They want to see that you organize something for them to pop the question. You know what I'm saying? But
Right,
the
but
other
you
way
gotta
around.
like readjust with that. You know what I'm saying? Like and that goes on both sides too. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because like feeling special doesn't come with a price point. It shouldn't be that mandatory. You know what I mean?
That's where I was coming from when the show started, and I said that this whole marriage thing is a cash cow too. You know what I'm saying? And when women think about it, they want the man most of the time. They want to see how much you spent. You understand what I mean? And don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that all women are kind of in the gold digging kind of status, but I'm sorry to say, most of them, they want to see everything that you did. You know what I mean? It kind of mixed it puts value on them in a certain way. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, I hear what you're saying. But I go back to what Brother Sanchez said when he made that little anecdote
Somebody put some
about
coats in
being a
that.
Nigerian. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I've just replaced them for them if they say so.
Yeah, absolutely. African tradition.
Right. This is not Nigerian of me. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I just use Nigerian.
I like that. That nigga was fly.
African.
I'm gonna tell you something. You know, if a nigga got good game, if he know how to reject a woman in public on some fly shit, on some smooth, just because think about it, nigga. If you can do that, you can work your way out of any little, little one of them little situations like that. Cause you gotta be a fly nigga to fucking, you know what, baby, I love you. Now that'll even still not be smooth enough because now you doing like you apologize. That's just a weird situation, man, to put a nigga in, bro. Cause how the fuck you know what? Most niggas probably would say yes just to get through that whole little moment with everybody watching and shit. Then when they get home, they'll be like, baby, I ain't want to embarrass your ass, but let's talk about this now. Oh no. Nah, go ahead.
Bro Sanchez, you gotta do a vote on that. You gotta do a vote on that.
What? Yeah, just tell me how to type it up. We could throw one up for sure.
Hey,
what y'all
we need some women up in here.
Y'all tell me the next poll. We can keep the polls coming for sure. Hold on, I'm gonna step away for like 1 minute. Hold up, y'all. Y'all go ahead and build on it though. We gonna watch some more, react and review to some more proposals though. But y'all go ahead and build on it, man.
But it's like I was saying, this thing is a cash cow too, bro. You know what I mean? And like I said, man, a lot of women just want this thing for status.
Yeah, I mean, just to say they married or some shit, A lot of them just want to be married, but don't want to be wise,
Exactly. And then Sanchez was even asking, how does a wife act?
I was about to tell him, "Are you serious, bruh? I'm sure who you're with is acting proper. You know what I mean?" So I don't know. I think that's something that's self-explanatory. You know what I mean? We want, as a man, you want somebody. First off, I need respect. Second off, you know what I mean? I want my woman soft. I don't want my woman like fucking all hardcore all the time. You know what I mean? But at the same time, I know exactly when to let my woman lead. It's okay. I don't gotta lead all the time. There's certain things that my wife is actually fantastic at. And you know what? I'll take a step back and let her do her thing, right? As I'm in the background, making sure everything is going the right way. You know what I mean? So
You
this
mean
whole
like
thing,
cooking, take care of kids or something?
Hey, I'm gonna
really,
tell you.
bruh.
I'm gonna tell you.
I cook.
Okay, I got the camera paused here because guess what, bro? When they put the "Will you marry me" on the little boy shirt, that's cringe, my nigga. Tell me that ain't cringe, bro. Come on, because this is so much like begging. Like this is basically how you gonna tell your son no. That's what she doing to him. Like how you gonna tell your son no? Like you talking pressure. It's just so y'all don't see this stuff, bro. But it's yeah.
Hopefully
It's
it is
also
his
passive
son.
aggressive. It's also passive aggressive. And when we're more in the world in this present day in passive aggressiveness, don't you feel? I feel that shit.
Yeah, it's kind of a form of manipulation. You know what I mean? It's like you're gonna do this in front of the kids. You're gonna do the like you're gonna say
Gonna
no to your
tell me
son.
no? Yeah, you gonna tell me no and your son got the shirt? Like shit, like it ain't genuine. It's like you trying to force a nigga. That's what I'm saying. It don't, yeah. And then look, guess how you know we right too, and I'm gonna give it to you, bro. Guess what she told to him when he didn't answer quick enough? Yes or no. Then called him by his first name, like yes or no, Broderick. Like yes or no. Like this is pressure. Like
that's mother's answer. That's how mom used to talk to us when we was little motherfuckers. Shit.
Hey, but I think that all proposals are. I think that's what proposals are, though. I think that's like for the public, though. I don't even because like if you want to marry me for real, we could just talk about that at the house. You ain't even gotta do all this weird shenanigans and shit.
Like bro said, that's what the women they don't want that, bro. That's not significant enough for a lot of women. It ain't memorable, nigga. You know, she don't want like remember how it happened? Like she
Yeah, I agree.
They
That's
do
why
want it to be
I was agreeing on the concept of it being kind of like a sabotage to force the other to say yeah, you know?
yeah.
Like it's like you're kind of forcing a yes
Yeah,
because
it
you're doing
is.
all this charades and stuff.
Because think about this, right? Think about this, right? The man's mind is not made for him to be in these kind of situations, bro. And I'm just hear me out now. Listen, look at this dude right here. I'm gonna show you why the man ain't made to be in this kind of situation. Cause everybody knows that men don't make good decisions under pressure. So this the worst thing that can happen is for a woman to publicly propose to a man. And that's why breaking tradition will always suck. Kudos to this guy, because he said, listen, this ain't the African tradition. Because he realized, look, man, this don't feel right. Like, I don't know what to do here. See, it's yes or no for a woman. Because a woman know when she look at a dude within the first day, a month, week, if he's the type guy that she would be serious with or not. Men just sort of freestyle and gamble and just go through being hoes. And then it just happened when it happened, so to speak. Typically. So.
I mean, but that's not the dude she gonna wanna. That ain't the dude she technically gonna be attracted to. You know, she might not be attracted to him. She might just like the fact, like, Like shit, he loved me enough to, want to marry me. But, it's kind of, I don't know. It's a double-edged sword for sure.
Just saying though, man. Because like most folks will look at this thing here and they'll be like, yo, I think it's beautiful what she doing. So, but they don't understand this is some evil, like baby mama shit on the Lolo. Because he know it. Look, that's why he did that. Because look, what you trying to do is make me look like the bad guy if I say no, because y'all surprising me, sneaking me. Because check this out, right? I guess it's supposed to be his birthday party too. So it's kind of like you ruin my birthday party. I don't know who birthday party it is, but they party is ruined with this whole proposal shit. Why? Because you so thirsty, you want it to be a lot of people around when you propose to the nigga. So what better than the party? I'ma do it at the party, and that was just such a bad idea. Listen, I am so against public proposals. You're just not gonna get a genuine response. And I think a lot of folks are divorced because a lot of niggas, people just say yeah because they was pressured.
That's a fact right there, bro. The divorce rate is skyrocketing. It's not like it's getting any better.
So that's why I said, listen, the man that can reject the woman when she publicly opposed, even if she spent $500 on a cake, she hired a celebrity to come. She bought the ring. She got the fucking Goodyear blimp in the sky. And you still stood on your toes and said, you know what? It's just not something I want to do now. And you can say I'm mean, I ruined it. Hey, man, listen, that's why she shouldn't have did a public proposal. Fuck it. It ain't my fault. It ain't my fault.
Hey,
She should have. Yeah, go ahead.
About it, when you think about it, on one hand, somebody could look at it and be like, she's showing effort, because a lot of times it's not reciprocated from the woman. Like it's almost like she's just saying like, hey, I want to be married. I want to get married. I want, they want this shit, but it's like, so on one hand you can look at it like maybe she's showing some type of effort to show him that she's serious, and on the other hand, I don't know. I mean, it depends. I want to hear some women what they think about this shit though.
And I tell you this too. I want to also say salutes to Gilbert and Melly, Monaco as well. I'm using their situation to have a broad conversation about women proposing to men, and we're not making them the couple that's on trial here. We're just sort of using their name just because it was a popular trending thing. And my whole weigh in on them is congrats, and I think that it's about time, because they was, everybody knew they was kind of feeling each other and stuff like that. So salutes to that, man. But I think that people kind of gave them too much backlash, and I'm not being hypocritical because I'm standing on that. I'm about the traditional way. I just think if the dude agree with it, then kudos. Let's celebrate, clap, and move on. But in the cases where the dude rejected, like what I'm showing here, it's a teaching moment to why we got to stick to the traditional way. Everybody not Gilbert and Melly Monaco. They're an exception, is what I'm saying. But yeah, go ahead.
And anybody that knows Gilbert Arenas probably heard about his previous engagement. And when Gilbert don't want your ass, he'll let you know. So just watching that fucking video, I'm actually happy for him. You know what I mean? He went through his prior engagement with the woman really ended ugly, and he had to kind of do some shady shit to even get the ring back. You understand what I mean? So I do know that if he's letting this happen, he's happy with this woman. You know what I mean? And they probably talked about this. This does not look like something that he was surprised about. He knew it was coming, and he knew he was going to act like this. That's how I see it.
Yeah. Good intelligent weigh-ins on the whole situation. Let's see if we can find some more of these. I love this shit, bro. Let's check the next one out. This is good shit. Because in all of these cases, right, the guy be like, what the in every case, this is our third one. This dude here, look at his face, and then he just walked off and looked like, hold up.
That's
See what I'm saying? Now let me just weigh in on this one. This goes back to what I was saying. Public proposals are fucking toxic. Look at this now. Even the dad in his feelings, cause why? I can't tell your daughter no in front of all these people. Think about this, right? Rejection is tough, especially when it's so much pressure and it's so many people around. Even the father is like, you gonna tell her no? Like, think about it. How come he can't say no? How come he can't say no? I don't know if this is staged or not either, because he got up with a whole nother woman, and that's kind of like, this gotta be staged, right? That's crazy, right? You know what I'm saying? But let's see. I ain't gonna lie, this don't look staged.
Okay, as you can see this here, let's talk about it. It's that guy, Big.
Yeah, I don't want to play nobody else's commentary. I saw it for myself. One chick proposed. One chick proposed, and this chick right here was looking at him already like, what? She proposing to you? And he fucking turned her down and left with the one in the blue.
Yeah, she's ready to go too deep.
That's crazy. This seems so fake, but you can't put, hey, look, this is where we at, black people. You know, this is typical shit for real, for real. That's crazy if she proposed and he walked off with the other chick right there. And that's why the daddy was like, because listen, if you would have just said no, cool, but you walked off with a whole other chick, the daddy like, what, you gonna do my daughter like that? That's crazy, man. But again, another chick proposing to a nigga in public. And the reasons why, it's so much wrong with this shit. And Christine Heron, welcome to the show. Anybody that want to weigh in, ladies first, go ahead. Let's pass the mic around. I'm going to find some more. Just hit your unmute button, the microphone button. I think everyone's muted. And then, let's weigh in on it for sure.
Add a different perspective to the last story that you gave.
For sure.
Why I would never propose to a man. I do understand her pain because she said they had been together for 10 years and they had the baby, and I guess that's why she put the "Will you marry me" on the baby, because it's like, okay, we have everything a marriage is supposed to consist of, except for it's not official. And I think she just really wanted it to be official. Mm-hmm. And when a woman gives herself to a man in that way, it's like she's giving like her life and her body to this man, and she's done that for 10 years. And then she went out her way to give him all his gifts. So no telling how well she thinks she's been treating him, how many things she's gifted him throughout their relationship. And it's just like, if you're not the person that I'm gonna die with at this point, then what are we really doing? You know what I'm saying? Are you saying that you're gonna walk away from me? So if you're not gonna walk away from me, then what's the problem with marrying me? I guess that's kind of like where she coming from with it.
Talking about Just women
The
in general who.
No,
Oh,
the last video, the lady specifically said they had been together 10 years and they had
okay.
a baby.
Yeah. Okay.
And
Yeah, she did say that. She did
Mhm.
say that.
She looks like a court jester, not a queen.
Yeah, she did say that, but that's the thing though.
Are you okay with
If a man been with you 10 years and he ain't proposed to you, that don't mean propose to him. That mean look at that nigga sideways like I may not be that chick. That's the kind of mind you need to be going into. Like, what is stopping you from just totally committing to me? We've been together 10 years. I don't know if that's why I said to me, proposing is a man's game. Right? Because most women want that commitment. And most men don't. They just want to be players forever. So if a woman want to get a man to, well, I ain't gonna really debate nobody today based on what they think. I'm gonna base it on what traditional reality have shown. Ain't no women Hugh Hefners. And even what reality show us is that as a man, I can have sex with however many women I want to and I get praised for it. And if a woman have sex with just a half of that amount, she's a whore. So I'm going to go with what tradition show and what reality show and not my feelings and personalizing it. And I hope y'all do it the same. That way we can avoid unnecessary disagreements. Because it's just some shit that's just true, man. And it ain't cause the way I feel or how you feel. It's just what the fuck it is, what it is. You know what I'm saying? That's just true.
Yeah. Males are whores too. And they should be called whores. You know what I mean?
But the whole point that I'm making is I'm not really dealing with what should be, would be, could be. I'm dealing with what is. And based on what is, I'm telling young women, this is why you shouldn't be proposing to no man. Now, for every man that says he don't mind a woman proposing to him, guess what you got to ask that man? Would you want your daughter to propose to a man and he'll think about it different? They would like their daughter to get proposed to. The men see what I'm saying? That's why I'm telling you, we fucking with some traditional shit that some traditional things shouldn't be messed with. Just leave some things alone. If it ain't fixed, don't broke it. You know what I'm saying?
I agree 100%.
Yeah, I was just saying too. This ain't a traditional world. It's like if we went through some kind of time warp or whatever. That's what we living in now. So it ain't the traditional stuff no more. And I don't think it's gonna be carried traditional. Like we ain't going back. Y'all do know that. We're not going back.
No, it ain't saying that we going back. I'm saying no. Here's my thing. We ain't going back. What I'm saying is when I do shows like this, are there any few real ones left in the world that still know what's up in the real one and we can resonate and keep our little message going? Because because listen, what we seeing is mainstream behavior. It's still gonna be a small group of real people still preserving tradition and the righteous way of things. And I'm hoping that's us. You know, that's all why I do stuff like that. Yeah, you know.
That's absolutely us.
On that last video, the reason I think the father reacted like that, first off, he was invited to the party. I don't know if it was a party for either one of, either the lady or the guy, but the father's going to react like that probably because the daughter probably went to him and the mom and was like, okay, I want y'all to come to this particular party. I'm going to propose to Jimmy or whatever his name might be. And I'm sure daddy said, honey, things are not done that way. You should wait until he does it. And when the father went to the event and saw Duke walking away from his daughter, he flips. He's like, yo, I would do the same thing. And it's beautiful what you just said, Sanchez. My wife is here with me and we're listening to the stream, right? And I just told her, what if our daughter was in this situation? You know what I mean? I'm going to tell her, hell no, you're supposed to wait for him.
See,
and at the end of the day, also, I don't want her to get this type of rejection in public. And I'm telling her this because I love her. You know what I'm saying? So I could definitely See that too.
And a lot of these dudes are hypocrites. They don't mind a woman proposing to them, but they would teach their daughter, you ain't proposing to no man. And because they hypocrites. They don't really, you see what I'm saying? And if we're gonna have and it goes back to what I was saying, it is a reversal of gender roles. I'm not here saying that tradition got everything right, because traditionally we raised in the Christian church, and that's wrong. But there are some things that we traditionally do that just are good, and I like it. Like traditionally, men play dangerous sports and women don't. They get into ballerina and stuff. So I'm not a fan of, like, women boxers or women, But listen, people may say I'm misogynistic. Why? Why? Because guess what? You want your woman to know how to fight now, don't you? Women got to know how to defend themselves too, right? So I'm willing to open my mind and challenge the traditional ways of things, just like I just did in real time, just right then. I just changed my mind on women boxers. But men proposing, I don't think it's too much thing that'll make me. It's, in other words, it's certain things that tradition got, and it ain't nothing wrong with it. That ain't got to be changed. We ain't got to fix everything. Yeah, but I'm gonna fall.
And don't get it twisted. I am traditional, but they say the way things were, it shall be again, right? That kind of contradicts what I was just saying. We ain't going back. But you ever heard about that woman empire, that woman nation out California? I don't know if that's a true story, Queen Khalifa. But shit, these were dominant women.
The woman king.
I mean, I that can't not be so far off. You get what I'm saying?
Well, it'll just be a queen instead of a woman king. It'll be a queen. Think about you saying the man queen. That's a drag queen.
I'm not saying a king. I would.
Go ahead.
That's what I'm saying though. But you can even look at some of these females and they very masculine. So a lot of women these days, they really do masculine things and they're free to do the shit. So my bottom line, like I said, none of this stuff don't surprise me. But yeah, it just looks so weird because we're traditional, and I definitely wouldn't want my daughter doing that. I go in there, I kick her off her knees.
Yeah, like
hats off to that father, bro.
And you know why? Because you look at it like my daughter is on some low self-esteem shit.
Yeah, she work more than that, baby. Get up. Get that nigga.
Like you making this nigga have the power to choose. And what's so crazy about that? Let me tell you what's so crazy about that. Even in the pimp game with pimps and hoes, the hoes do the choosing. So peep what I'm saying now. If you are a woman giving the man the option to be the chooser, you less than a hoe in that position. Even in the pimp game, the hoes get to choose the pimp. You giving yourself less powers than a hoe on Figaro when you get down on one knee, women.
Sanchez, I got a poll question for you.
Okay, for sure.
The question would be, which one of the genders do you think take marriage more serious?
I don't think that's a gender-based question. I think that's a person. I think if you want to really get into that one, it'll be something like this. Which one of the personality types do you think take marriage most seriously? Personality A, B, C, or D, some shit like that. I don't think you can chunk that up when it's just men and women. Real talk. And I would say the personality that'll take marriage least serious is the one that think they so fine and they got so much more fucking to do and that they ain't had enough sex yet and that they want to still be in the dating arena. Those type of people tend to not take marriage seriously. They don't. So I didn't name, and see, notice I didn't name a gender. I named a personality type, and any gender can fit that personality type.
That's facts. That's facts.
But if you want to have a gender war, I can have that with you too, and we can chunk it up to men and women. Who was that? Go ahead. Yeah.
That was me.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
I'm laughing. I don't know if you know it, but you are causing a lot of trouble tonight in people's houses.
I know it. That's what I do. That's
during the car.
Yeah.
And I agree with you. I'm a strong lady, but I'm a traditional gal, and I was married, and I didn't ask. It came in a timely fashion. And I'm not married anymore anyways. I'm very happily living non-married with someone that I love, who is equally, hopefully, is happy to not be married. But I mean, I think it comes down to like a flow chart. Like you were saying about tradition, and I get history's twisted, but it makes sense that, you know, when women were predominantly at home having babies, and men were, you know, farming and whatever, they had the stuff to offer. They wanted to make sure the union was, okay with the parents. And that was just what they did. And if some people are still into that today, you're going to have men that are traditional, and you're going to have women that are traditional. And if you have no tradition between you, you can still live quite happily together. I do know that women generally that propose to men, being a woman who's never done that or had an inkling to, like, usually it's for something. You noted that girl that I don't know which one of the videos, but she already had a cake. Did you know? You're like, he's looking at the cake, wondering how much it costs. Well, you already have a cake. You know, you're flipping through the Bride magazine. You know, you're planning what you're going to put on Instagram. You know that 3 of your friends just did the same thing, and you have to up them. And this whole world of like the illusion of the distraction of like weddings seems so bizarre. My friend spent $40,000 on a wedding. Like, this is 15 years ago. 15 years ago. It was insane. Like smoke machines and crazy. Like,
and you know what I think? And a lot of these couples, right? Check this out. They will already have a child. So they've been dating and having sex, and then, you know, the marriage will come later, and they'll spend so much for the wedding. And I'd be like, you know, that money could have went toward the future of that child.
Speaking of that, I heard y'all talking a lot about tradition. What about being non-traditional in the sense that the child is the marriage? I think I heard Sanchez say something like that before, and I did agree. If I'm quoting you right, that when you have the baby, that's the marriage. Is death in and death out. Like, the only way out of it is if, unfortunately, something happens to that child. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's the real marriage. So the thing comes with the responsibility of ensuring the child's future, to me, versus trying to be flashy. I mean, because you spend $1 million on a wedding for one day to take pictures to say you got married, when you could have invested in a business or a tuition or anything for your child to succeed in life.
That's facts. And think about it. Folks got wedding planners, but they don't got children future planners.
Facts.
That's crazy.
On another episode of Relationship Chronicle.
So yeah, man, this the one right here. Think about this. This shorty right here spent some money on shirts, cakes, and all that. We talking about just to ask you, will you marry me? And my thing is, how many questions do we ask in life that come with a price tag? Like, think about this. This is the only question ever where I got to really pay a lot of money before I can ask this question. And my thing is, I don't really want that. Because my thing is, if you want a genuine answer, ask that person in a room with just you and them. Drop to your knee, woman, when ain't nobody watching, in front of that man, and say, look, I really love you, whatever, and I want to do this shit, boom. And bam. And in the privacy what y'all got right there, that nigga don't give a fuck about speaking his mind and tell, baby, you know what? I know you really do. I love you too, but the thing about marriage, y'all will be talking for hours. It'll go deep. You probably find out shit you never found out. He'll probably tell you why he's scared to commit or why he is gonna commit or not. But when you put me in public like this, man, like this, really, when you talking about this kind of commit, I'm just saying public proposals are so for show that it's crazy. This the type shit that's supposed to be done on some right out the, let me not be too vulgar, but yeah, right out the sets type shit, you know. Hey, you know what? We might as well go on here. I mean, you like what just happened, right? You know, we've been doing this for 10 years, right? We ain't gonna stop, are we? Let's just go that kind of shit. Like, but no, my thing is like, that's more realer to me. Instead of,
So
yeah, you got
I
it.
just wanted to ask how traditional are y'all talking, because when I hear tradition, I think that tradition is coming from the Bible, and technically you're not supposed to have sex until after the wedding. During the like honeymoon is when you consummate your marriage. So how traditional are we talking? Like,
Well, listen, if we want to go with the Bible, let's go with it then. The Bible says the moment that a man goes up in a woman with his penis, that's his wife. The Bible don't got no state marriage and going to the courthouse. The Bible and y'all can look this up. The Bible basically teaches that when a man have sex with a woman, that's your wife, man. That is your fucking wife. And if you think about,
we all married.
Hey, look, if you think about it, that's the strict way that the Christian church is. See, if we really went by the Bible, none of us would be able to live. Well, I'm telling you, niggas will have so many wives, you'll look at them women like burdens, like a farmer with too many fucking cattle, nigga. You think, okay, listen, nobody really want to live what the Bible's saying. That shit hard as hell. Think about this, man. What if every woman you ever had sex with, that's your property and you responsible for her food, clothing, and shelter? You wouldn't be fucking around here living like you're a player too. You'll slow down now, won't you? See, they ain't ready for that Bible, sister. They ain't ready for the Bible. See, I'm telling you, if we really put this shit by the Bible, the world will be a better place. But they ain't going, this shit going by state law. The Pharisees and Sadducees law.
Facts. But Yadasi even said it before you, right? Before you came up and said that. She said, yo, when a man and a woman have a child, that's the marriage right there. That's exactly what you just said. You know what I'm saying? And that's, I agree with that 100%. If you go away from tradition, biologically, now you and this man done you guys did the do. Yo, now if you do the do and something comes out of it, both of y'all gotta be accountable. That's just how it is. And that's black and white, that's period. You know what I mean? So the tradition can go to the side once something like that happens. You got to think of the child first.
And see, somebody says Solomon had buku wives. That's because he had money. See, niggas who ain't got money, but they making babies all over the place, they trying to bring back the biblical law and think about it, they locking them niggas up. It's niggas with children all over the place. They can't keep up with the child support. They basically working for their penis decisions. Man, I remember when I worked at Sam's Club, bro, one of the niggas that worked in produce section with me. I ain't gonna mention his name here, but that was a real nigga. That nigga told me, said, man, y'all young men, put a rubber on, man. He said, listen, I work 2-3 different damn jobs and I barely got enough money to feed myself as a black man. He said, nigga, I'm basically working for children. That nigga had 12 children. And he was on he was on child support by like 6 different baby mamas. That man was telling us how many thousands of dollars he made and how he only living off a few hundred himself, nigga. And look here, I met a nigga like that in my life, dog. I swear I'm not making this up. And check this
child
out.
support serious, man.
And that's what I'm saying. That's the Bible law in America right there, on the man, to where if you ain't rich, nigga, you can't really be affording to make babies like that. So that's kind of like saying a rich man get to reproduce and keep his lineage going, while the poor man, he can't reproduce. And that's gonna get more visible as the eugenics enforce certain shit. But now I'm against eugenics, but I do see how it will be beneficial, right, to have that law. Like, this may sound weird. I get what the original Christian church was trying to do. They was trying to say, you responsible for every human you create. And we don't give a damn how many of them you create. You just better be able to afford it. Which is fucked up because nature provides us all, and the Bible say be fruitful, and that's hypocritical on the old church behalf because that goes against being fruitful. So this is a good conversation. Salutes. And we're going to keep it going, man. I'm going to fall back.
You know, that's kind of something what they've been doing in Asia, right? In China, the rich men had a bunch of concubines, consorts, and all that.
That's how they wrote that law to make it
only
to where
only the rich ones could do it too. If you were poor, nobody wanted to marry you. And then in Africa, don't you have to like give goats and
I was just
land
finna say
and property and animals?
Facts. Yeah, I was just finna go into that same shit.
If you're a woman, I feel like you gotta choose, like what you want to be, a concubine or you want to be a wife. Like what you want to be.
Yeah, because
I don't think it's always the Bible
nowadays,
either, though. Because like in some countries, you just don't see a lot of baby mamas. Like once you have a baby, that's your husband and wife. It's it.
Yeah, it's
whether
just
you're happy
your property.
in your marriage or not.
Yeah, that's true. Even in the Middle East, you'll see, like, when you talk about a tribe, you talking about like a dude with all of his wives and all of his children by all of his wives, where like in America, right, you will have a dude that got different baby mamas and different families all over the place, but he won't be in their lives. Whereas in another country, you will have the same situation where a dude got multiple baby mamas and multiple children, but they'll be a tribe and all be one group though.
Okay, so there's like pros and cons to that situation for women, because it's like when you go talking about the men over in the Middle East, those women, I believe, are oppressed. Not all of them. Some of them love their situation and they'll never change it for nothing in the world, but those women are those men property, and they, I think, legally can do whatever they want. Tell them not to go to school, tell them not to drive a car, cut their fingers off, all type of stuff.
They can physically punish them too, like a child, like even just so much as stoning them in certain areas. Yep.
So I just want to ask, like, what do y'all think a healthy situation like that looks like? Because I think a lot of men want to be in a situation like that. They just don't know how to do it, and along with not being able to afford it.
A lot of men just want to have sex, really. I mean, at the end of the day, that's it. They just try to get it, you know?
Oh shit.
I don't think they looking at all of the shit that come with it.
It was cut and dry there, man.
Yeah, man. All men ain't like that. Let's throw that out there. You know,
But for
a
the
lot of
most
times when
part,
we
the
get to
nigga kept it
maturity.
real though, real truth. He kept
But
it
hold on
real
though.
though.
That's a bad. Listen, I know a lot of guys after they reach maturity, man, they get serious about their family. They get serious about things
You
because we
right
see things
though. That's
different.
facts though.
You
You
know,
right.
when you hot in the ass when you young and you get out there, man, you trying to conquer the world. But even I remember when I was younger, the reason why I wasn't like super aggressive, like really with a whole lot of women. I mean, I like women. Don't get me wrong. I was beautiful. I like beautiful women, but I always thought about my mom and you know how she went
Oh
through a
man.
bad relationship with my father. So I wouldn't be too aggressive. I would get the girls, but when I got older, I kind of calmed down. I started thinking about, you know, family, my daughter, and I went through some shit trying to raise my daughter, and I did the right thing. But women will still look at you like, oh, you just a man, you hiding ass, you just nah. You still playing with a boy. When you get to the point of being a man, you're gonna calm down. If you don't get to the point where you calm down, don't consider yourself a real man. I'm gonna say that. I'll stand up for it because it happened to me. I'm gonna
But
fall
they're
back.
little
I
things
agree with
though.
that.
They're little things though, like like the intellectual side, whether you're a man or a woman. You know what I'm saying? You have those people that you hold true to you when
Ooh,
aren't your
you right.
really true
I don't mean to cut you
kinfolk.
off. Yeah, that if you don't mature properly, shit, you'll be a grown ass boy doing stupid shit. So yeah, I'm gonna fall back though.
So you there stuck in your ears listening to these people that you're giving, or this person is giving themselves to, but they're not really your true kinfolk. But you give them that slide, and then that's how that that shenanigans start. You know what I'm saying? But because it didn't come from a true pure place. I'm not sure if I'm explaining myself right.
Break it down again. What you trying to say?
Like there's a difference. There's a quiet difference, within man or woman, to where who's picking up that position of someone that they would hold dear to. Most of the time, unfortunately, it's not their moms or their pops. Most of the time, not all the time, but most of the time, right? And that's how that madness, that chaos starts.
I'm still not following what you're trying to say. Can
All
somebody
right.
else break that down?
Give an example, bro. Give an example.
So your person A, let's say you're a man or a woman, take your pick. And they're listening to how their friend or their confidant that they feel is a confidant who holds some type of worthy knowledge, but it's not 100%. It's not 200% full knowledge. It's just it makes sense to them, depending on their like what they went through, what they don't have, what they've lost, if they think they've lost it. So they're taking all these things into conjunction of what this person is telling me, right? It's not all 100% true, but it's something that's feeding them and assisting them in a direction to go the way that the person that's talking wants them to go, not the listener. Within the eye is telling you where to go. Like you just listening to too much static.
Brother, I'm
So what
sorry. I
you
ain't following that. I ain't
so
trying
what
to
you
interrupt.
Yeah, I
if I,
be
if I
either, bro. I'm sorry.
if I understand correctly, we're still talking about proposals here. So in your
Right.
scenario, what you just brought up is, let's say the person A, like I'm gonna use your exact scenario. Person A, make your pick, whoever you are. Now the person, your confidant or whatever, is telling you, oh, I want to get me. I'm a man, so I'm gonna say that, yo, it's my woman talking this way, but the way she's talking to me, it's what I said before, right? She's telling me, oh, my sister just got married, my friend just got married, and then she tells you what you think
It's
about
a
marriage. You
trend.
understand?
Yeah, it's a
It's a trend.
trend, man.
Exactly. like I said, a lot of women are doing this just for status. I brought
Hey,
this up when we started.
I don't mean to cut you off. Another dangerous trend is having a baby because my friends had babies.
I think
True.
you should run a poll to ask the women if that's how they really feel in the chat. Cause I don't know. I do know a lot of women who do the second one Sanchez said, because as getting older, a lot of people be like, oh, well, when you gonna have a baby, blah blah blah. And it's like, yeah, a lot of people do pressure or whatever. You have a baby because your friend had a baby. But as far as a lot of women just wanting the extravagant wedding and all that, I don't really know about that one. I think you should run a poll.
And Giannis, I'm sure you'll
I
agree
can
as a
speak
woman.
on it. I've
As
done
a
both.
woman, y'all get a lot of pressure for marriage.
That'll be
You'll
the
go see
next
your mama one day, and your mama's like, "So, who you dating? Who you this? Who you that?" They're actually pushing all this stuff, right? So, there's a lot of pressure that comes from that's on the top of the women as well. Don't get me wrong.
Well, all important.
Parents are
Talk with this
definitely a factor. So
Yeah.
I've been married. I've been married before and divorced, right? So with my first marriage, we just went straight to the courthouse, nothing special. But, his mom and my mom were always in our ear. And I really do feel like while I was deployed, like he really got to her. You know what I'm saying? And my peers really got to me. And it made me feel like, oh, he's turned into this depender and he's lazy. And then his parents were like, oh, she don't give you no money, she's stingy and blah blah blah.
Oh,
Before you
what
knew
the
it, we
fuck?
were divorced. Yep. That's how it happened.
What? She don't give you no
So did you
money.
divorce him?
What? Hold
No,
on, wait.
what he
I got
did, he
that.
went
That's
into
crazy.
that. I don't know what they call it in the Air Force or Army, but it's called MPD, like the place where you get your orders and stuff. Anyway, he went
Mm-hmm.
there and found out how much I got paid. So he was like, "You get this amount of money because you're married to me. So technically, that's my money." Somebody told him that.
Oh, that's some bummy
Yeah.
shit. That's some
Yep.
bum shit. Bro, let me tell you something, right? And he's right. In the Air Force, that's how I work, right? But I'm going to tell you what that hit me like. That hit me like a nigga that said, oh, I got me an Air Force chick. Ooh, I'm about to get that bread, a leech nigga. Because when I was in the Air Force, that like, bro, and women do that to the military folks, too. That's crazy. Like, they think that's their money. Like, motherfucker, you know y'all can get with another motherfucker. Is it their
They
money
want that
then?
DAH and not TRICARE. That's what they want.
Bro, that's ooh, man. That's so, yeah, we got to do better, black people. This is crazy.
But this past October, I had a public proposal. It wasn't me. Of course, it was a traditional one. I did not expect it. I did not ask for it, but I will admit, I loved every moment of it. It was very nice.
That's what's up.
So,
You said yes, huh?
Yeah, of course I did. But I kind of felt like I knew when you said something about like you feel pressure, I kind of felt pressure. But my whole family was there. Like even people from out of state. Like if I said no, I would look like it was a lot of expense. You know what I'm saying? That ring, everything, like I felt obligated to say yes.
You see,
honestly.
and that's why now I want to segue into a deep conversation about how public proposals may be contributing to why relationships don't last or even why divorces happen. And listen why I say that, right? I know that a lot of people said yes because it just felt like man, listen, you propose to a mother at Six Flags, everybody around. I'm talking about you create the most extravagant situation. You know how hard it is to turn a person down when you know the crowd want to see a yes. You finna, like I said, you about to be the party pooper, man. You see what I'm saying? You about to ruin the party. Now listen, so a lot of people will say yes, and it'll be a big celebration. Yeah, all that shit. They'll be married for like a year or two, divorce. And in my opinion, the silent killer is public proposals.
Man, that's crazy. I tried a girl tried to get me to be in a relationship with her, right? Because we were friends.
for about 2 years. So she was like, you know, we might as well go ahead, like, call ourselves a relationship. I'm like, no, we might as well not. Like, if it's gonna be a relationship, it's gonna be mutual. And I came, you know, when I met you, I told you I didn't want a relationship. I wasn't even really trying to even get with the girl, like, in the bed, nothing. But yeah, people are trying to force you into stuff, man, male and female.
You
They'll
just
do
trying to
that
have
shit.
sex, like I said.
And just
Bro
to double
Sanchez.
down on this point, and the reason I say that, if a person don't spend no money, ain't no money involved, we just chilling at the house, and you say, babe, I got something important to talk to you about, and it's serious. Okay, boom, we in the bedroom, you ain't spent shit. You got your bonnet on round this motherfucker, and you say, I want to marry you. That nigga gonna give you his most genuine answer. There ain't no pressure, ain't no nothing. He know whatever. I'm just saying. That's why I think people who propose privately, they more than likely probably gonna still be together. That's a theory, though. That's a theory.
It can't be only a theory because Christine came on here and gave the example. She said she was in a marriage. It went the whole traditional way. They're divorced. And now she's with a new person. And they didn't even go through the whole hoopla. And they're happy. You understand what
See
I
what I'm
mean? So
saying?
the whole traditional thing, it's a thin line. You know what I'm saying? Like you could be happy and you can be unhappy.
True.
Yeah, and
What's
for
worse, bro
the girl that
Sanchez?
just said, well,
What's worse, bro Sanchez? If you do that in front of strangers or friends and family.
Listen,
They
I
both the same.
think the best scenario is, see, to me, proposal is a private thing. Just like y'all have sex in the bedroom, you should do that in the bedroom amongst each other too, if you want the most genuine experience. Because check it out, right? It's like this. If you fucking buy 2 blimps, a $500 cake, expensive ass ring, you call up the whole family, the whole hood, like you gonna propose, and you make it a big ass thing, yes, I might say yeah, but not even mean it. I think it's a lot of niggas that said yeah, a lot of females that said yeah. Let's talk about women, because, and this go for men too. I'm saying men, quit going all out with propose. If you spending thousands of dollars just for a proposal, you actually paying for that person to be with you. In my opinion, this should be the most cheapest thing and most private thing ever, because it's serious. You want a sincere reaction and all that. You know.
To add to what you're saying about the proposals and it being private, I think most of a person's entire relationship should be private. I think like some people have a bad habit of having confidants of people that they believe are their confidants, and they telling them their most private information that's going on in their relationship. And it's difficult to give accurate information when you're not in the relationship yourself. So I think whoever you share your information with should definitely be somebody like a therapist or somebody that has a very good judgment, and not just like your friends or family members, just like people you think you could trust type stuff. Because those are the people that get in your ear and cause problems like in your relationship. Or like you saying with the proposal, it's kind of, they cause the pressure for you to get with that person, not knowing that certain things is not gonna last between you and that person for real. I digress from that.
Appreciate that. Shout out to Lord Spike, said this is a good topic. Oh yeah. Thanks, man, because they told me to stick to flat earth. Oh yeah, this the type shit, because guess what? As a man, right? I always saw women proposing to men And I said to myself, I do not want to be one of them niggas. I never understood why a lot of red pill niggas was like, yeah, man, woman proposing to me. That shit ain't cute to me, dog. I don't want that. Don't put me, I don't want a woman put me on the spot like that. Like, that ain't cute to me. You know what I'm saying? A lot of got, you know, but yeah, that's the thing. Like I said, even a hoe got the option to choose. So a woman proposing to a man is beneath a hoe. Even hoes got choosing power. But to me, it's desperation too, because listen, every woman want to prefer that the man propose to them. But see, this is a desperate kind of woman that says he ain't gonna do it, he might not do it, or it's taking him too long to do it, so fuck it, girl, I'm gonna do it. And I want you to bring his whole family on and bring his son over to wear a shirt and all this shit. And it's like, oh, okay, now you about to run that nigga away. After this event, you'll be lucky if you still have that nigga. Like, you about to, yeah.
There's a lot of egotistical women these days too, man. A lot of them do it just because they got big ego. They feel like they the breadwinner. You know what I'm saying? They feel like they can take control and
That
I don't
too,
know.
but I think a lot of women probably feel that pressure because that window of when you can have kids is very short.
True.
You know, once you're past like 35, it starts to become more of a difficult process. You know, and some women, they just kind of get desperate because they're just like, yo, I'm almost 40 years old. My days are numbered.
And you
Menopause
know
is
what?
around the corner.
And you know what they need to remember? Good things come to those who wait.
Big facts.
Exactly.
I was gonna say, I was bringing this up again with that particular woman who proposed to the man after she had a baby with him and had been with him for 10 plus years or whatever. At that point, it's like maybe as a woman, sometimes you gotta put your foot down a little and say, well, if you're not gonna fully commit to me, she put the pressure on him to commit to her. And if that ran him away, then I don't know what value he's adding to that situation if he's not fully like willing to commit. You know what I'm saying? Or is he financially there's not enough known. Like if she's taking care of him and he's still not willing to commit and all of that, then she don't really need him at that point. Like,
But now hear
she
me
can
out.
take care of her baby at
Listen,
home.
hear me out. If she's taking care of that nigga without his commitment, that shows her like it's more of a problem on her behalf than his. Because think about most dudes will lay up on the woman and be taken care of and let her feed them grapes and all that while she do everything, and they'll tell the homies, yeah, nigga, because I got it like that. I'm a player like that, right? And if so, it's really making her look bad and not him that you would do all that for a man that ain't even committed to your ass.
Which is why it's the best thing that she realizes what she's doing and leave him alone and go worry about like taking care of herself and her child for real, than to worry about feeding a man that's I'm assuming, I don't know. It does seem like she's an independent woman and she could take care of herself, and I'm assuming that financially, he might not be contributing as much as, maybe he should. And so
But see,
just from the
that's the
outside
thing, though.
looking
If a woman want a man to be with her and not contribute, guess what? If she lead by catering to him, that nigga can have the money to contribute and still won't do it. Because what I'm saying is, it's just like men. Men that lead with their money are gonna be taken advantage of what they doing for the woman. And guess what? The woman ain't gonna never take them serious and fully commit to them, but they'll take all them gifts and perks and treatment. Same thing when you flip it around with the guy, right? He ain't gonna fully commit because he don't really like her like that, but I like what you're doing for me. See, men can be gold diggers too. And you can have I wouldn't call it gold diggers. In his case, he would be like a silver digger or a bronze digger, because you just selling out for cheap goodies, you know. It ain't like the chick balling out like that. So you do got silver diggers and bronze diggers, you know, them too. So, you know.
Right, for both sides. It's the small things on a consistent basis. You know what I mean? So they're gonna keep on going until you say stop. But honestly, going back to your point, that takes me back as far as you said. When it comes to their idea, like where does this idea get incepted from? Was it based on her? Was it based on her family? Or was it based on him and, you know, his family? Or was it based off other people that aren't family, but that they're listening to on a consistent basis? You know what I'm saying? That's
It's
what I was
almost
getting
like
at.
some
What I was
pimp
trying
shit.
to.
Cause I know the pimps be having the chicks get on their knees and shit. That's really the only time I've seen shit.
And going back to the whole traditional thing, let's talk about it. Back in the day, arranged marriages was more in style. Your mama might come to you and be like, "Hey, Miss Johnson got a beautiful daughter. I'm gonna hook you up." Da, 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 da. And a lot of times it worked out, and a lot of times it didn't as well. So, but the divorce rate wasn't as high as it was right now. You understand what I mean? So, somebody just asked the perfect question. This whole tradition stuff, where did it come from? And Yanasi spoke up on it a little bit. Tradition wise, when you think about tradition, that's traditions of man. You understand what I mean? So at the end of the day,
I wanted to say that, like, okay, when we talk about all these traditions, and I didn't want to get too much pushback or cause too much drama by saying this. I really don't. But we have all these Abrahamic faiths ruling the planet, and these is where these old traditions are coming from. And we say, oh, it's always been like that, but we don't know how it was before then. And there are tribes of people who have not ever seen civilization that they all do something a little different. And so I think the whole thing of tradition or the whole thing of courting kind of needs to be revisited, like, and really studied, because I feel like if we could create harmony in these relationships, you know, that's like the laying the foundation to create harmony in other places. Like, because we know that the family structure is what causes people to be greater, better as a people, for lack of better words.
I feel like the only solution to the whole thing, or if it was to be one, would be like what my boy Minister Jeff say, marry before you carry. You know, I fucks with that. I feel like that'll solve a lot of problems with the whole situation.
absolutely, bro. And to be honest with you, the greatest covenant is a covenant between a man and a woman, and that harmony that Yanasi was just talking about. Between a man and a woman, once you have that harmony, you already know when if that harmony is there, this child is going to be loved, this child is going to get educated, this child is going to get everything that they actually need, because the two parents are at peace. They're not going at each other. Both people know their roles. You know what I'm saying? Kind of situation.
And I'm so glad you brought up peace, because I think I was misunderstood, like on a previous show, when I was saying that, you know, I think that people have to find peace spiritually, mentally, physically, and emotionally between each other. And I use the word satisfaction, but I think peace or harmony was better to be said. Like, on a spiritual level, you know, I'm from New Orleans, and a lot of people got different spiritual gifts that they don't really understand. And let's say I had a gift like that, like I could see into the future, I just could interpret dreams, or I could feel people presence. It's like, is that gonna scare you? Are you gonna appreciate that? Are you gonna agree to disagree with that? Like, are you gonna be like, okay, well, that's cool, but if you could keep that over there, because I'm a little scared of that. I don't know, understand that. Can we come to agreement on how we're gonna deal with that? Mentally, are you of the world, or are you more like spiritual? Do you see what the government is doing? Do you believe that there's poison in the food? Do you believe these holidays need to be celebrated? Or are you in the world? Do you want to do sports? And do you want to celebrate every holiday? Do you want to go to every event? Pop, pop, pop. Are we mentally, like in the same place? And emotionally, are you present for me? Like if I get disrespected, did you also get disrespected? Like, do you feel that? Do you not understand that? Can you say, well, I don't understand, but I still will protect you? Or are you gonna gaslight me, or like all that type of stuff? If you could just create harmony on all those levels, I believe that that's more of a foundation of where love starts. I think if you don't have harmony on all those levels, then it just creates a microcosm, which is going to turn into a macrocosm of chaos. That's just my opinion.
I feel like nobody's perfect, and you're not gonna find nobody who you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, they believe all the same shit I believe. They they eat meat. I
It's
don't
not
type
about.
shit. I
It's
feel
not.
like that's
You
not ideal.
misunderstanding what
They're
I'm
gonna
saying.
really
You misunderstanding
kind of
me again.
gonna have a hard time.
I'm not saying that you have to believe every single thing that I believe, but if you don't believe what I believe, can you respectfully agree to disagree with me? Are you gonna gaslight me? If I talk about it, are you gonna judge me? Are you gonna make me hide that part of myself in a corner
But you gotta go
because I
through it
just think
before you
that
know.
those
Like how
things?
you're not gonna know until you go through it with
Yeah,
that person.
you gotta go through it with that person to know, but at the same time, those are the things that you should be looking to figure out. Those are you should have those things in your mind. Like, okay, if this person doesn't see the government the way I see the government, or do they think I'm crazy genuinely? Because that's not gonna work. Can they say, I respect your idea, but I don't agree with you? But can they truly respect
You
me?
know what?
Or
I'm gonna be honest with you, right? I think one of the problems in life with men and women on the dating scene is that we're looking for a person that's exactly how we want them to be, instead of a person that's almost there, and then we can kind of customize them and edit them and tailor them the rest of the way. Because I think part of a relationship is you ain't gonna never find nobody in this life that is just exactly the way you want them to be. But if they
That's what
halfway
I'm
there,
feeling.
if they halfway there, right, you can get them to go the other half, and you can teach them to be what you want them to be over time. You see what I'm saying? And I think that's what nature wanted us to do. I think that nature wanted us to batter each other. That's why we say this is my better half, because my better half said that she want a man that listens when she talk and all that, boom, boom, boom. And guess what? This nigga wasn't a listener at all. So boom, in that case, what this woman want from him is actually gonna batter him too, nigga. Even when you ain't just dealing with your women, just learning how to listen, period. Shit like that, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think that
at the
nature
same
intended,
time,
for me to lack some things and for you to lack some things, so that I can strengthen your weaknesses and you can strengthen mine. Because I think if everybody came to us already perfect and ready made the way we want them to be, there would be no incentive, nothing to work for to make that love worthwhile. Like, because most of the couples I saw back in the South where they died together, them people had learned to grow together and love each other the way that each person knew how they wanted to be loved, and learn what they like, don't like, and all that shit. And I think, well, most of the days we just want somebody to come automatically like that. And I
not
don't think
what I was saying was just basically what you just not said, right? You said that that person had to learn to listen. I think some people ain't willing to learn. That's the problem. Like, some people ain't willing to try to figure out to find out, like, it. They might seem like they doing it, but nah, they don't really do it, because then you don't ever get hurt. You know what I'm saying? Like that.
And I think
some
people
people
let like
not.
worldly shit. Go ahead, Cynthia.
No, because I said something that a lot of people pushing back on real quick. A lot of people say you shouldn't have to change who you are to be with a person. I'm going to be honest with you. I bet you, and please don't take this the wrong way, I bet y'all single. Because guess what? I'm going to tell you right now, man. If a girl fall in love with you and y'all dating for years and then y'all decide to move in with each other and you like to leave your fucking dishes in the bedroom after you eat and she say, baby, take your food and take your plate to the kitchen when y'all move in with each other and you say, I'm not changing the way I am for nobody, you gonna be single. Yeah, man, take your fucking plate to the kitchen. Like some things, some shit is reasonable. Like if she ain't asking you to change who you are, she's saying like I'm telling you, a lot of people not willing to compromise. They will say, look, I like to stay up at all night in the wee hours of the night. Then they'll move in with a person and break up because, man, she trying to change who I am. I like to stay up at night. Instead of saying, I love this woman. I'ma just go in my fucking man cave and stay up and let her sleep right here. Fuck it. We finna compromise. We'll be breaking up over petty shit because I'm not changing who I am. Yes, I am. Love will make you better yourself for a person. If a man lay around the house all fucking day not doing that but playing games and he meet a beautiful woman that got some going and she tell that nigga, listen, I like you, but you lazy as hell. And he be like, well, that's just who I am. I don't fuck a job. Like, come on, man. That woman battering you and changing you for the best. And if you love women, that's an incentive for you to batter yourself to get a woman that's worth a damn, that's doing something for herself, nigga. And that's my point of what I was saying.
What about I got a question for all the men that live with a woman. Put that toilet seat down, don't you? Put that toilet seat down.
That's a great example.
You see that?
I'm just saying.
You see what I'm saying? You changed that. Yeah.
I don't think that's the type of stuff the people in the chat room was talking about, because I know I had personal experiences with somebody trying to change me, and usually
that ain't
it's
what
something.
I was talking. See, but I brought it up, and what I was talking about was not changing you for the worse or trying to change who you are as a person. You know how it be when two people come together. They got to compromise certain shit. But that, you know what I'm saying. But yeah, go ahead. You got it, my bad. Let the
if I
sister
can say something real quick, honestly. It's like no pun. Like it's microscopic because learning is listening and vice versa. So I think both of you got points, but still learning is listening and vice versa.
And love is synonymous with compromise. Like you're gonna have to. There's no way around it, you know?
I wasn't saying that nobody shouldn't compromise. That's what I'm saying about the agree to disagree type of thing. That is the compromise. But once you make compromises and adjustments, that is how you create the harmony. Like what Sanchez was saying, if you stay up at night and your girl goes to sleep at night, you could carry yourself to a different room. And that way both of you can be at peace. That's agreeing to disagree. I don't agree that I should go to sleep at this time. So I'm going to just compromise and make it good for the both of us. That's fine. That's like what I was talking about. I'm not trying to paint the picture of like the perfect person, but to just add to what he was saying, but to just give a different viewpoint is usually when people are trying to change you, they're trying to change some core thing about you. Like I think I could try to use. No, I'm not gonna use nobody's name. I'm gonna just say this.
Use your example. Who tried to change you? What they try to change about you?
Well, I'll wear my natural hair. I don't like to put heat on my hair. I used to put heat on my hair. I used to wear
see, stuff like that are personal choices that when a man met you, he saw you a certain way that he trying to change your fucking swagger energy. Like what Jackie repeated exactly what I said, and I stand by it, and I want to repeat it so we can be clear on what I'm saying. Jackie said definitely can compromise, but change someone into who I want them. No, that's what Sanchez said, and I stand by that. That's what compromising does. It changes that person to a person that's more suitable for me because they compromised and said to Sanchez, I love you so much, nigga. I'll just take my ass in the living room, but I'ma still stay up though. But you win and I win. That's what compromise me. And me, I'ma change who I am. Think about if a person saying, I'm the type person that stays up in my bedroom all night to the sun up watching TV at night. Now check this out. You changing that now because you ain't staying up all night in your bedroom no more. You staying up all night, but it ain't in that bedroom. Why? Because your lover sleep over there. You had to change something you've been doing your whole life. That's called compromising. And guess what? You don't like the idea that that person just altered you and edited you, even if it was just a little bit, to get you more suitable to them. Get out of your ego, people. It is what it is. When you compromise in a relationship, you're changing who you are slightly so that you can be with who you want to be. And ain't nothing wrong with that.
I think it's like a thin line between compromising and like being like controlled.
And sometimes, I ain't gonna lie, and check this out. Sometimes some of y'all need to be changed. And if love can't change you, hate won't. You just stuck. So the idea of you falling in love with somebody and them changing who you are is beautiful to me. I don't know why people mad at that, because I know niggas who was killers and gangsters, and when they met the right woman and got her pregnant, they changed their life and became good fathers.
That's a change for the good, but sometimes people want you to change for the worse.
But then then some of that is on your behalf too, because if you keep dating the kind of people that's trying to change you for the worse, where are you meeting these fucking goofballs at?
No, I don't mean like that. Like some things are obvious, but what I'm saying is like if a man say, "Oh, you know, like I was saying, flat iron your hair or something like that." And I'll be like, well, I don't like to put heat on my hair. So that's like a small one. But I've done that for a man before. I flat ironed my hair. I started wearing extensions. But when we broke up, now, okay, all my hair's falling out. I had to regrow all my head of hair. So it's just like certain stuff like that, or like gaining weight or versus losing weight, or like certain little stuff like that. I don't think that is healthy to me. That's just my opinion. Like, and to me, it's a thin line, because at first I was just like, there's nothing wrong with flat iron my hair for my man. You know, I like to wear my hair straight sometimes.
I'm gonna be honest, man. A man that put too much thought into telling his woman how to do her damn hair is kind of sus to me anyway.
Absolutely.
Hey, unless he like, I don't want you wearing weeds and shit.
Between hair, nails.
Let me say this,
hair, nails, makeup. A lot of men is like they want you to either have your.
You know what? And to me, that's some real. Listen, that is some real weird shit to me. Listen, man. I've never in my life met a man that was turned off by a chick's hair or nails. And listen, I'm gonna tell you, hold on, let me land here, bro. Let me land here. Where I'm from in the hood, men are strictly body creatures, meaning that a chick can be outside, a beautiful red bone, a dime piece, let's say Beyonce, right? And Beyonce ain't got her hair done, and Beyonce nails look like shit. Let's just say Halle Berry, the finest woman you think in the hood, but she out on a bad hair day and her nails ain't done. The niggas that's like, I know this bitch ain't got her hair done and nails done, them niggas suspect to me.
Hold on.
I'm just saying, bro. Because most men just looking at ass, titties, thighs, body. We can see the beauty behind if your makeup ain't on, your hair ain't done, nails done, a nigga still know he got him a bad bitch, even if he catch her on a bad day and it ain't done, though. He ain't worried about no shit like that.
Now, it can be some exceptions, all right? Check it out.
I'm gonna go with this. I've been a barber since I was 13 years old. I taught myself. I never went to school for it. I had my daughter 2003. I got into cosmetology. I wanted to do her hair for her prom. I said that to say, working
So you
around
went
the
to
beauty industry.
cosmetology. Peace, God. You went to cosmetology
Hold
for
on,
your
bro. You
daughter.
cut me off. You
No,
cut
no,
me
no,
off.
no.
I'm telling the
Cosmetology for
story.
your daughter.
Bro, I'm
I just,
telling the story. Man, sit back
all
for a
right.
minute.
I
Sit
just
down.
want. Hold
Sit
up,
down,
God.
baby. Let me
Hold
talk.
up, God.
I'll give you the mic
Hold
in a
up.
minute.
I just
Peace.
wanted to make
I'll give you
sure
the
what
mic
I
in a
heard is
minute.
what I heard. That's all.
Bro, let me finish.
Let
And you'll
let
hear
him go.
me. I don't want to get
You
you
could have.
out.
You could have wasted less time by just
Yeah,
Bro,
saying
can
yes
I
or
let's
no.
finish? I'm
but
telling
yeah,
you. I'm
but
gonna answer your question.
this actually taking more time. So just let him finish, and he
Yeah,
say he
let me
gonna
finish.
answer it. Yeah, go on, go ahead.
So anyway, I've been in the beauty industry, and I've met women that they just rock their natural shit, and they fine as hell. Ain't no problem with that. But sometimes it's an exception when, like, you got the wigs, you got the extensions, you got all that other stuff. So I met this lady I was dating, and she had these wigs, and they wasn't tight or nothing like that. I told her, look, just go natural, grow your dreads, you'll love it. She fought me for a year and a half. When she finally did, bro, she loved that shit. So I was just saying it's an exception. That's all I was gonna say.
I agree. I agree. The whole hair thing. Once you
As a man, right? I don't got all them requirements other men got because I know how to see beauty, even if a chick like. This is a gift too. Don't think this a curse that I'm telling you niggas. This what I'm telling you. Some of you niggas missed a bad bitch on a bad hair day. Cause you act and you can't see beauty, but listen what I'm telling you real quick. Don't take this wrong. I'm saying a woman hair don't gotta be done for me, but it gotta be clean. It gotta smell good still. I'm not saying unkempt like you nasty or some shit. I'm just saying I can still see beauty. Like beyond your nails and hair and all that old bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
absolutely, and I
I'm
understand
with
what
it.
I understand what my brother was saying right before you spoke, Sanchez. When it comes to hair and shit like that, yo, you see what these lace front wigs is doing to our women, bro? Do you see what micro braiding is doing to our women, bro? It's pulling their hairline so far back, and it's ridiculous, right? So as a man, when you meet a woman for the first time, if you see Shorty is wearing nothing but wigs, are you actually changing her or are you giving her advice? This is good actual advice. Maybe she doesn't know that that's what's breaking her hair. You understand what I mean? So even me, I like my wife is totally natural, bro. Even when she does put makeup, she doesn't even put that much. And you know what? My wife knows that that's what I love. You know what I'm saying? So just like what Sanchez said, even when she has a ton of makeup, bro, I see below all that, right? Even when she wakes up in the morning, bro, she think her breath stinks. She thinks she looking at her worst. And I'm like, baby, I love you, man. You look, yo, let's get it in. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, all that is all superficial, materialistic nonsense. And Sanchez is absolutely right. If a guy is complaining because a girl's nails ain't done or her hair ain't done or her feet ain't done, you're kind of weird, bro.
It's usually the other way around. It's
I
the
think
women
I
who
think you might be
looking at
on to
a guy
something
or
because
with.
like I only get approached. I get approached the most when I feel like I'm looking kind of homely, got sweatpants on, t-shirt, hair just, no makeup. That's when I get approached.
A
But when
guy
I'm
told
dolled
me
up,
once. A guy told me once a man will find you like that because he wants to be able to see what you look like naturally without all of that to know that he's pretty, to know that you're pretty without all of that.
That's
But then
facts.
he still
Yeah.
expects you to do that. Like, and if you don't do it, then he gonna be looking at you funny.
And
Like, yeah, he
yep.
found you natural, but he wants you to get your hair and your nails and your feet and all that done. Like,
I'm gonna tell you guys another thing that's dating out there based on what these sisters saying, cause this some facts, right? Even if you meet a woman that's fine with makeup, guess what? Now you niggas might laugh, but you know I'm not lying. Some of these women, when we was dating them, they won't take that makeup off, nigga. They'll sleep with that shit on and wake up the next day and go right back, and they ain't gonna let you see them out. Guess what? If you meet a woman fine in makeup, you tell her when you get a nigga, when you get to that room, won't give a fuck how drunk you are. Okay, when you take your clothes off, that includes makeup and shit too. I want to see who up under this mask. And guess what? I'm just saying, that's why I said it. Niggas that these sisters right, because I'm that type nigga. When I see a woman, her hair ain't done, face ain't done, and she still fine, I'm hollering. Because I know when she clean up and get and really do her shit, nigga, she finna turn heads. When you can see, that's what I mean by natural beauty. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why I brought up the point that, like, if a nigga woke up in the morning with Holly Berry with stanky breath and out of crazy hair, you still will see the fucking beauty in it. You know what I'm saying?
You gonna kiss her without even brushing her teeth.
That's my point, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, but yeah, man, like, look, I couldn't stand that fucking wig the girl was wearing, man, and the shit wouldn't fly. So, you know, like I said, I like the natural. I like the natural shit. I like the natural shit. You know, girls that rock that natural shit, they cute as a motherfucker. No makeup, you was like, damn, you be all impressed and everything. That should just, it do something for you. But rocking that fucked up wig, and I looked at her hair, and I'm like, yo, just grow your dreads. Her dreads are so beautiful right now. She gets more compliments. Like, she loves that shit now. But she fought me tooth and nail. I'll fall back.
It's better for a nigga to see you down, or I mean, kind of dressed down, and then you upgrade, opposed to if he seen you done up, and then you know the next morning or so, like you looking like a whole nother motherfucker, then that's a problem, you know. Like,
yeah,
that's
facts.
That's a problem for me.
That's facts, bro. And listen, script the flip, you was the brother, shout out to Minister Jap that said you follow Minister Jap, right? I've been following for a minute too. Listen.
Yeah, I vote with the minister.
Listen, one thing Jap teaches that you didn't bring up that I think one of his most controversial teachings that I agree with. This nigga said it, Jap said if he ruled the world, right, it'll be a rule to where if a woman get pregnant by a dude, that's who she's stuck with for life or something like that. And she said that women, yeah, and his reasoning behind that is like it's so hard to debate him on that, because he was saying how women choose better niggas, because he was so right, like how a lot of women was getting knocked up by, even when I was high school, I saw women dating the popular niggas, gangsters and thugs and shit, like they said, they bad guys they're attracted to and shit, getting knocked up by them and shit, and they get to put them on child support and still get a second chance. But Jap was like, nah, what if it was a rule where you stuck with the nigga who knocked you up, your first baby daddy? They ain't gonna lie, that nigga cold with that one, yeah.
Yeah, they gonna choose right. You know, you gonna choose wiser then, I guess. But the marry before you carry shit, that shit is like, that shit should be definitely like a shirt or some shit.
Hey, but I ain't gonna lie though. But listen, know what I'm saying too now. Fuck what I'm saying. That's what I was finna say. Let's go to some more of these proposal videos. Y'all want to watch another one or some shit that's funny, y'all? I'm tripping. I be silly as hell watching these.
Yeah, bro. I want to ask you about that too. So if the woman propose, is she gonna feel like in the marriage that she have to submit? And I know a lot of women don't like that word. I know a lot of women don't fuck with that word. They like submit. Like, I don't know what the fuck that mean, you know? But, they might feel like they don't have to because she like, shit, it's 50-50, nigga. I propose to you and, we do all the same shit. Like, I can wash the dishes, you can wash the dishes, nigga.
Yeah.
So how come it can't be 100-100?
That part.
Oh, that's dope. I ain't, hey, 100, 100. It's still half. See, niggas
Right.
just don't like that half and half. That's why you got 70,
Right.
30, 80, 20.
Some women don't either. They don't like the half and half theology. You know what I mean?
Well,
And
the
then
thing about
That's
half
being too
and half
technical
is, as
because the
a
50
woman,
cents is everybody
if
to
you
100.
taking care of the kids, you cooking, you cleaning, you taking care of the kids, you working your job, and it's just like, okay, the man is also working his job and then doing what exactly on a day-to-day basis. But then they say, oh, for your protection, or for when your car break down or something like that, it's somebody you could call or whatever. But some women don't feel like they all that in much danger, or they could take care of their own car stuff. So it's just like,
They
okay,
feel
so if
like
I
they
could
don't
do
need them. They
everything,
feel like they don't need them.
yeah,
That's it.
if I can do everything for myself, then
That
and
shit.
I've still gotta pay 50, then what's the point? Like, I
Hey,
don't
hey,
know.
look, I'm gonna tell you something right here, man. Every fucking body, it should be half and half. And see what the niggas who saying it shouldn't be is only talking resources. Peep game what I'm about to share with you. The niggas who saying 70-30 and fuck the half and half, they are saying basically the man bringing the most to the table physically. But if you want to weigh in spiritually, companionship, all this other shit we don't account for because everybody looking at relationships on pros and cons and who's the assets and the liabilities like we fucking corporations and shit and not human beings, right? We don't weigh up the spiritual shit the women offer, the mental fucking really. Cause think about this, man. There's other shit too that's deeper than just the physical shit that I don't think we weigh into that the women bring. Now check this out, man. They said behind every great man is a great woman. That statement had to come from somewhere. Now I ain't gonna simp too hard, but I'm gonna make it a fair conversation tonight, whatever.
Let me say this. All right. It depends on how a person was raised, who they were raised by, and what they adapted to. Let me break that down real quick. My mother was in the kitchen. Good woman. She wasn't no street woman. She worked a job. She made sure we had food every night. She made sure that all us did our chores, kept ourselves neat, and we had a curfew, did your homework, and respected people. It's a hard job raising children. I've been grooming myself since I was a young man to be the type of man I am now. So a lot of times when these women meet me, what they gonna get? This nigga clean. Like, I don't like my bathroom funky. I don't like my bed sheets funky. I'ma stay well groomed because I'm a barber. I love to keep all my shit clean. I got a detailing company, so I keep my car clean. I cook my ass off. I took culinary, plus my mom was a cook. You get what I'm saying? So I make the money, and I know how to keep a home. And with my daughter, when I was with her mother, shit, I used to do her hair, make up bedtime stories
You
in
know
her
what?
life, taking her doing stuff.
But
Something
guess what
just
you're
dropped
not
on me.
saying though.
Go ahead, Script.
You're not saying you don't need a woman. You see what I'm
Right.
saying?
I was
Even though
getting to
you
True
can do all
that.
that
True, but
shit,
the
you're
women
not
saying they
saying
don't need a man. Yeah,
Yeah, I
that's
was
facts.
getting to that. I was
That's
getting to
facts,
that.
though.
But
That's facts.
a lot of times these females they're caught up with the stereotypes in life, and then they don't run into these men aren't just out there. They're just not out there. You get what I'm saying? And it's a lot of women that ain't out there, because I meet a lot of women like they feel what's the word, intimidated when they meet somebody like me. But I'm down to earth. I'm a good looking dude. I don't act like I'm a good looking dude. I'm a gymnast. Like, I know a lot of things, but women don't get a chance to meet a lot of good men because opposites attract. And the same thing for the men. They don't meet the real good
Now
women that
watch
they
this.
really need.
I'm gonna tell you how I know that we really at a bad state as a people, because guess what? When it comes to the child support topic that we was talking about earlier, how many of you niggas on the call and in the chat room right now, out of all your homeboys, you got a few homeboys that'll tell you, oh nigga, I put myself on child support, nigga. I don't fuck with that bitch. Like, so my whole point with this too, right? I believe in the old days when we had bigger families and couples stayed together, it's because we didn't have a system option, man or woman. You had to be together and shit like that. Because even dudes would be like, you know, I put myself on child support just because I ain't really want nothing to do with my baby mama. I just want to take care of my kids and goddamn it, man, be free. So
Man,
when we say that women are used the system to be single mothers because they can, hey, I know a lot of my homeboys that say, no, nigga, I put myself on child support and shit, man, that chick crazy, bro. Like,
But Sanchez, can that come from a place of guilt? Like 80-20, 60-40, something like this?
I don't know
what
what
hold
saying
up,
the
but you
man
got
guilty?
hold on. What would the guilt come from? That's what's confusing with that. But the guilt, the place of guilt, break that down. Yeah.
Well, intellectual guilt, like self-intellectual guilt. Like, you know, you did the 70s, 60s thing, you know, Rolling Stone, hanging your hat, losing your hats all over the fucking place. That's just a little bit. But maybe it's also an easy route. Hopefully,
I
like,
didn't
shit
even.
gets better. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's not really all 100% guilt. But
I don't think
it's more feasible to be like, yo, I might as well put this lady on the child support, you know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying, hopefully it gets better, you know, 5 or 10 years when the child gets older and everything works out. So it's not just a one-sided question.
I
It's
don't
not a one
think that's
question
it
because
at all.
a lot of times women, the same way women might do it to men, vice versa, men do it to women the same way too. A man might meet a woman and she's crazy, she's super toxic, and basically they had a kid together, but he already knows that them two in a house together raising a kid is not going to be right. So he decides to go through the system. I have some friends that has decided to go in that route, and it's for the exact same reason that women do it, because they see the person that they did this with, and yes, they probably do feel, I get where the question came from or his comment, you know, he feels guilty. Like, damn, I didn't pick the right one, but fuck, I got a kid with her now. It's okay. I'm gonna take care of my
Right.
responsibility.
Hey,
I'm gonna take care of my
$2,000. Thank you for that $2,000, because guess what? I was trying to let them know, like, we don't look at it the other way around. And when the dude, we look at the dude on child support like, man, he wanted to see his child, but the chick ain't letting him. And that's the number one stereotype we go with. But I'm like, hold on, I got a lot of homeboys put they self on child support. We don't really go into that part. That's what I was saying. Salutes to that for sure.
Yeah,
I
but a
don't know
lot of
much about it, but I think it might be a cheaper method as far as putting yourself on it. I'm not like 100% sure, but you know, it might be a nigga might be doing it for that reason.
I think those
Like, you
men
know,
do that
she put me
because
on
they
it.
wanna. I think those men do that because they want to take care of their child. They want to see their child, you know, do good in life. It's just they probably cannot deal with that child's mom. She probably don't really. He already know where it's gonna be a situation where it's gonna be a lot of drama in transporting the child from his house to her house. So instead of dealing with the drama of whatever's going on in that relationship, he'll just send her the money to make sure the baby is good. And then unfortunately, I do know some men that's in that situation, and even though they put themselves on child support and they sending the money, you know, the girl not doing the right thing with the money. So it's stuff like that out there too.
Yeah, it's all kinds of ways of looking at that shit. A lot of dudes put themselves on child support, especially when they know they got a crazy ass baby mother. So they'll go down there and establish it first, right? In my case, I never got put on child support because from day one, I was being a father. You know, I never treated her mother wrong, put my hands on her, none of that stuff. And I was a good father to my daughter. So she wouldn't have dared put me on child support because that would have put me in a situation if I was doing bad. So she let it play out the way it did. And I always sent my daughter what she needed when I could, and even when I didn't even have to. So far back.
Sanchez, I know niggas that pay child support and take care of the kid. Like the kid is with them 24/7, and they pay child support.
And
Still, I don't get that.
they pay child support. That's crazy, bro. Because if you got your kids and you doing what you got to do, and the woman is still putting you on child support, bro, that's wrong.
Let me give y'all the game, though. Let me give you the game on that now. If you can afford to be one of them kind of niggas, this is why you do it. Child support is because, listen, you got a lot of good fathers. They ain't on child support. Soon as shit don't work out with the baby mama, she say the nigga wasn't doing nothing for the child. Child support show on paper that I supported my child. But see, here go the thing about child support. Child support ain't gonna really hit you up like you Puff Daddy or Jay-Z neither. So in this world, a man who really care for his child, even if his woman put him on child support, he gonna throw in extra side money too. Child support ain't really enough. Now my thing is this, a nigga who say, look, I'm gonna get on child support and I'm still there anyway. That's a nigga that's dotting all of his I's and crossing all of his T's. Those are what I call thorough niggas. Them thorough, ain't nothing you gonna be able to say about them because they got receipts on everything. They got the child support, they gonna bring out the receipts for shit that wasn't even child support. And just, you gonna look stupid trying to say that man wasn't a good father because he gonna bend over backwards, go the extra mile. And this nigga's like that, like, bro, I pay child support and I still paid it, boom, 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 boom. And they pride themselves into being able to say that too. You know what I'm saying?
But see, what most men don't know is that they can go to court and they can get custodial rights, which means that there's no passing of finances. You both equally have custodial rights over your children or child. You equally put into the child what needs to be put in. Because I had a friend who literally lived in the same neighborhood as his child. He literally moved into the same neighborhood as his child where his mom was living so that his child can go to the same school while he's visiting him and when he's with her. And they had joint custody of this child. There was no finances passed anywhere. And that's how you keep the state out of your pocket, out of your checks from garnishments and all of that. Now, that whole thing, child support, that's where the state gets you at too. Because when you end up going through the system, doing the so-called child support, they're getting their little dips off of that.
True. Especially
if the mom has been on any type of public state assistance. Yeah. So now you owe that back. So when you're sending that in, they're getting their dips off of that because actually state assistance is a grant.
You know what?
It shouldn't have to be paid back.
I don't mean to cut that sister off, but yeah, she made me think about something because I ain't gonna lie. The niggas who volunteer for child support, it is kind of stupid in a way when you think about what she's saying, because if you falling short in between jobs or something, I seen niggas, they get locked up when you fall so far behind. They come in it's a criminal act just to not have the money, man. And it ain't and what's crazy and sad is it ain't like they child is starving or homeless or no shit, you know. That's the fucked up thing about it. Yeah.
You know what I had to do just recently because my son has a girl. He has 3 children he crazy too. But I'm just saying because he's stupid enough to plant them seeds there knowing that she had an illness and she doesn't want to take care of it, which is bipolar schizophrenia, right? And the police told me that because I had to call the police on her. He told me that it didn't matter that if a person is living in a car with their children, as long as they can show for that day that they have food and a roof over their head, it can be that they have shelter. Basically, it doesn't matter what their shelter is. As long as they're not out in bad weather, whether it's hot or cold. He said they can have a can of raviolis and that's good enough for the state. It doesn't matter. So it's a gray area where they even really like mess with some of these people, whether it's a father or a mom who has the children. But
and that's crazy, sister. Oh, I didn't mean to cut you off. I wasn't even trying to.
That's okay. But however, if a state authority, so like a caseworker, was to some kind of way, you know, she sees where this mother is living out in the street in a car with the children, she can turn them in. The police just can't do it. She can turn them in and say that, you know, they don't look well taken care of, you know. It's so many red lines and gray areas with all the whole child support and custodian. But I would just say that, you know, it's in every man's best interest, if he has interest in the children, to get joint custody and make those sacrifices like he did when he laid up with her. Make those sacrifices to be as close in the closest neighborhood, as close to your child as you can, so that that child can remain in the same school district while they're visiting both parents, and you all can equally have them, right? 7 days of the week, 3.5 here, 3.5 there, you know, rotate the weekends around. They're not missing out on school. You right there, you know, you don't have to worry about, got to get home. When they get out of school this day, they go straight to mama's house. Okay, you know, in 3.5 days, when you get out of school, you coming to daddy's house. Same neighborhood, right?
You know, hey, salutes to this sister here. Mike L., welcome to the call. This is a 5 bill, and listen.
Salute, brother.
Let me say one thing real quick. Hey, Citizen, man, salutes to you, man, in the chat room, man. And salutes to everybody in the chat room. I'm going to drop the link if you want to join, Citizen, man. And Michael Hempfield, I want to say something before I move on. Michael Hempfield, I guess the brother's from New York. He said Sanchez must be living in the South because child support will kill you. Child support will have you homeless in New York. So let me say to Michael Hempfield, I didn't consider that. Thanks for bringing that up. That, yeah, child support is like slavery in some states. Is really, to me, man, I don't know. I'm kind of 50-50 on the state punishing niggas with time. How the fuck I'm gonna support my child in jail?
Exactly.
And Sanchez, I'm about to. I hopped on the call because I know that you guys are talking something fire. I'm about to drop this and I'm gonna hurry up and get up out of here because I got a phone call. But I'm gonna put this in the chat for you all. And the sister was dropping some bombs. But I'm glad that you all talking about it. Let me put this in the chat.
Mike from Baltimore. My bad. Go ahead. Yeah.
DC. And here we go. So I'm gonna read this for y'all. So before I read it, because Sanchez know I like to come with stats and facts and stuff. Now, I've done this with both of my child support cases. So I'm telling you guys from what happened to me, and I put it in the chat for you all can see. But you got to understand what you're doing when you're going into the courtroom, okay? I'm about to read it. It's in the chat. Ex parte Davis 344 SW 2D925 1976. Federal statutes guarantee protection to the respondent from having imputed income orders. Furthermore, the statutes provide to the respondent protections of his rights to be free from unlawful child support or any kind of garnishment. That child support is a civil matter and that there is no probable cause to seek, issue, or body attachment, bench warrant, or arrest a child support matters because it's a civil matter. It's not real. It's a fraud. The case, I'm telling y'all, it's fake. A lot of people don't know this. It's the second paragraph. Pull it up. The use of instruments, body attachment, bench warrants, arrest, presumably is a method of streamline, like the sister saying, arresting people for child support. Yeah, circumventing the Fourth Amendment to the United States Constitution. It is used. Are y'all ready for this? A debt collecting tool, using unlawful arrest and imprisonment to collect the debt and perceived debt, which means that you signing a contract. So it goes to the BBB, which is the Better Bureau businesses. The Better Bureau businesses, which all you guys, if you all have credit, When you don't pay nothing, it goes to your credit report. The Better Bureau business is nothing but a credit agency. So the child support is a agency. It's a corporation. It's nothing. So the people that you're paying is the judges, the bailers, and everybody else. You're not getting paid nothing. The woman ain't getting nothing. Now watch this. The arrest of non-custodial parents in which men make up significant majority of the arrestees is gender profiling, gender bias and discrimination, and gender-based hate crime. And that violates the Equal Protection Clause of the 14th Amendment. A man pursuant to the Equal Protection Clause of the Constitution of the United States cannot be arrested in civil matter as a woman is not. It goes both ways, women and men that's on child support. There is no escaping at the fact that there is no probable cause in the civil matter.
I got a question. Are you telling me this is now? I want to clarify why child support is quote unquote anti-constitutional based on what I just said to make me to see if I got you or not. It's anti-constitutional because the man ain't in debt to the federal government or the state. Who is he in debt to be fined or punished?
So they are. Again, you in a contract. So what trick men...
He can't be in debt to his own child.
Don't sign it. Don't sign it. Do not sign a contract. Because when you going into the courtroom, you are under... Go ahead.
But see, that's my whole thing about what I never agreed with it on because... Yeah, and I'm glad you brought the legal lease with it, and that's what I needed because it's like
because
that. There we go.
Me, and they didn't allow. I ain't trying to cut you off, Sanchez, because I'm telling you, I've been through it. The clerk told me. She said, "Mr. Leftwich," she said, "Oh, you didn't. I'm surprised they ain't sent a warrant out for your arrest because the judge knew, and she knew that I knew the term that I was talking to. That's why I tell people get an etymology app.
So you saying when they lock a nigga up who behind on child support?
They don't know.
Basically saying his charges is he's in like debt to like I want to go into this.
Exactly. You didn't bind to the contract. You signed it. So this who fault it is. It's the trustee. The trustee is them. They signed it. They made it. So when you go to it's multiple ways you can get out of here. I'm just giving y'all one easy way.
I was just trying to see if I understood the legal lease, but I think I get it a little. You got it, bro. You got it.
Yeah. So like the judge told me, this how they trick you. He said, well, which jurisdiction? I'm in DC. DC ain't got no jurisdiction. So I knew she was trying to trick me right there. So I was like, okay, but she smiled and she said, do you have your judicial papers? So you gotta understand, listen, man, you don't even have to go into the damn courtroom with some cases. I know white people that have been in a lot of cases. I learned a lot from, and how I learned this was from a sister. A sister put me on to this. And cause she helped people. And then I had while I'm giving the same information, I said, y'all just go down there. But if you gotta stand on your business. If you don't stand in your business, you know, you gotta understand legal terms. You ain't gotta go to college, you ain't gotta join no group, just know what you're talking about. Like there's a dude that talks about how you go in there into the car dealerships. I forgot what it was, but something where you don't have to I can't remember, I don't want to get on that. But with the child support thing, because I literally just left my second one like 2 weeks ago, and the same thing happened to me. Well, I'm with my kids all the time, but people be petty. But sometimes I try to tell men, Sanchez, you helped me out at one point in time. I almost fell into that alpha male, beta male bullshit. It's like I hear dudes, oh, she got 2-3 kids by all these dudes, and I almost like damn. Well, your mother dated somebody. Didn't she have a child by you? Didn't she have 2 kids? So men was talking to your mother. So what the hell is? So it's just I started looking at dudes. I'm like, damn, it was a live with Sanchez said, man, y'all dudes starting to come off like y'all hate women. He said, damn, if he got a child, you said back in the 90s, in the early days, if you knew that the woman was promiscuous, because I ain't gonna say the H word, if you knew she was promiscuous, we laughed at you. We didn't call her no B or no whore. We laughed at you. But today it's like you knew she promiscuous, you hurt. You want to say something to her because most of y'all are mad at your mother or you mad at a woman that hurt you. I've been there. Most men been there. That's why I tell my sons and I tell every man this. And I tell my sons this. Every man's greatest test is a woman and every woman's greatest test is herself. Do you hear me?
Okay, now stop right there. Now that's interesting.
That's what I believe.
Every man's greatest test is a woman, but why not every woman's greatest test is a man? Why didn't you flip it around? Give it a game on that. Give up the game on that. I like that. Why you didn't do that the other way?
So, man, I like that. Thank you, Sanchez. And as a young man, just turned 30. As a young man, I observed things. So I started paying attention to different people, men and women. Then I got on races, black, white, green, purple. Then I got on the statistics. I started reading things. I broke it down in threes, from men and women, just the gender, from then races, and then statistics based on how we operate, how we move in the scientific, and then my own way of just watching life and my experiences. It's three things I like to go with: my opinion, my fact, and the truth. My opinion is the
How
opinion.
come every woman's greatest test ain't a man?
Because
though?
because I'm getting there. Because every man, right? When you look at life itself, right? Every man, you know, if look at the Monkey King, the book Journey to the West in the 1500s, his heart, right? What happens when the Bible and so many different things, I'm not religious, but you know, Sanchez, all the different things. I'm telling
you
what
right
happens
now,
when
my
a man,
brother Mike, you goes in, but I think a woman's test got to be go both ways. But now I'm listening. But go ahead.
I agree with you. No, I agree with you. I agree with you. No, I ain't disagreeing. I agree with you. But I'm saying, as far as today, see, the woman's greatest test is herself today because, okay, what a sister told me. Look, how can I say? I don't want to get too deep. I want to answer your question. Okay, look what's today, right? Like what y'all was talking. I ain't gonna lie, because I don't like to play the blame game. What we have seen in the past and which we see today, the sisters ain't doing too great as far as mentally wise. Right now, in order for her, she has to look into within herself. And I started learning that from other women because I started watching and observing, being around them. A man, we always go through some type of form of hardship. And I agree with you, Sanchez. Yes, it should be that way. That's how originally how I looked at it. Every man is really yourself. It's really every greatest man is her, and the same for her. But I'm just saying, as the paradigm shift, you know what I'm saying? So that's why I say every man's greatest test is a woman, and every woman's greatest test is herself. Because in order for you to tap into that feminine energy as a man, you got to tap into that self too, also on the spiritual aspect. Getting your feminine principle to open up their heart. And the woman already got that. She already coming with her mind, the spirit, and the body all in one. You know what I'm saying?
These cats gonna give you some smoke, Mike L. But you my nigga though. You
hey,
goes
it's
in.
Cool. It's cool. It's cool. You know, I'm ready to debate. I'm just being
I
with.
kind of agree with him in a sense that when he said a woman's greatest test is herself, simply because I know
Sanchez, you woke me up, Sanchez. Not cutting you off, sister. You woke me up. I wasn't thinking like that at first. Not to cut the sister off. So remind you, I almost fell into that alpha male. I'm telling you, I almost fell into it. Because I was like, you know what, man? It ain't enough good women out here. It ain't enough good men. Like, why are the good men getting turned over? I almost hated, like, it almost fell to me. And I was like, nah, I can't do that. So I knew something was wrong with it, not cutting the sister off. So that's why I started to observe things. And I was like, damn, well, right now, man, if the men gotta be, like, I'm looking at dudes out there, Sanchez, we men, these young brothers out this joint is tripping. Like, I'm telling you, these young dudes, listen, man, these young dudes is hurt by females. They hurt, man.
That's kind of their problems too, man. These young cats. Listen, I swear, if you listen to the music today, hip hop today, to the young cats promote these young niggas to lead with their money. Back in the day, the music we listening to promoted that you had game. So look, now what am I saying with both of that? It's saying that that's why they more hurt, because the young niggas today feel like I bought you a Birkin bag. We bought tickets to the fucking big concert. I did all this and you still slept with my homie type shit. And niggas back in the day felt like, hey, it was you losing more today. I ain't gonna lie, I peeped that even in the music, bro. They
exactly.
But what I think he's trying to say is that women, the biggest fight that a woman has is with herself. Maybe I didn't say that exactly how he said it, but what I understand from what he said, I agree with it, because women right now are under attack. Women are
Let
women are
Giannis
un.
tell it.
Don't feel sorry for us, really.
And
It's
don't
because
forget the sister wanted to talk
don't
Oh,
feel
too.
I get
sorry
it.
for us.
Yeah, let Giannis tell it.
I'm not
Hey,
feeling
Two
sorry
Grand.
for
Don't
y'all.
forget the
I'm
sister
giving
wanted
y'all
to
a
say
pass.
something too. I think the
I'm not
sister was
giving y'all a
saying
pass.
something too.
Go
Okay,
ahead,
Yeah.
it's
sister.
still
Go ahead.
free
Talk.
will.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, what I was saying was what I discovered was that, we are under attack, and there's a lot of things pushing us to want certain stuff that we shouldn't want. And I think you have to go within inside yourself and understand what it is you want for your future and for your life. And I don't think like a lot of women are thinking too hard on the actual, I don't know, like they not thinking about the reality of it. They just know they want a man, they know they want a baby, they know they want these things, but they not thinking about everything that comes with it, I guess. I don't know exactly how to say it. And so sometimes they get in situations where it's like they're a little bit unreasonable, or they're a little bit indecisive about certain things that causes problems in a relationship. And it's like they want they way too much, like how men say women don't want to submit. And I think that it's something to submission. Like I said, it's a thin line between being submissive and being like a doormat. And I think women can be a doormat for the wrong guy, just kind of idealizing him, or projecting who they want him to be versus seeing who he really is, and kind of falling for traps and stuff like that, versus vetting a little bit more, understanding how to choose a man, the right man, versus going for the wrong men. That men say, oh, she want to be with him and he don't even love her, when they got a good man over here, like the nice guy finish last kind of thing. I think women need to see the value in the nice guys a little bit more, so, and try to make it work with them, I guess. I don't know if I said that exactly right, but something like that.
Right
I
now, I
think he
just feel
said it
like there's no
right.
excuses. There's just no excuses right now. I mean, how many generations we need to, go with this and go with that, as far as the relationship between black
Exactly.
man and a black woman. God damn.
Talk exactly, sister. Exactly. And there's a documentary that came out in 1988. Y'all can pull this up by Dr. Kajumafu. And this one was called, the first one was called How to Break the Black Boys. But I mean, How to Break Black Boys. And they started out, they said they started at the age of 3. And he did it. And then the other one was called Peer Pressure. And then the last one was called, this was based on Black Girls, How to Break Black Girls. Watch this though. The sister asked the whole room. This was in 88, young girls. And she asked them, she say, hey, do all y'all want to be married when y'all get older? And quiet. Then the sister asked them, do y'all want to have children? I want to say the ages probably was like 8 to 14, maybe, look like, I can't, it was in the 80s.
I
And
seen that too.
yeah, you know what I'm talking about. And look,
Yeah.
you know where I'm going with. And what did they say in the 80s? So you knew, listen, man, this little girl said, oh, I want a baby. She said, you want a baby? And then she was like, well, why you want to be with the father? Because I feel like, I mean, why I need to have a man? I don't need to have these kids. And then I'm
Fast
like,
forward that
wow.
shit to 24, and that shit is crazy.
You see what I'm saying? And then look, Sanchez know where I'm going with too. Because I like to bring my facts. Then it's another book. I'm gonna let y'all go and I'm done for the night. It's a book called by Ralph P. Epperson called The New World Order. Listen to this. The first 2 phases. This was in the 90s. Y'all can pull it up. The first phase said it's going to break marriages and family. It said women will be not allowed to be homemakers. They will be workers. It said children will be listen. I'm gonna say it in my words. I can't remember the word, but basically listen to the government. Like we can't beat our kids today. Secondly, it said divorce marriages will be exceedingly. Basically, divorces will be high. It will be high as hell. And y'all ready for this? Lastly, I ain't gonna say this word, but the alphabet will be legalized. And this was in 1990. So if they already had these phases in the 90s and this is written, I mean, come on, man. I mean, it's
Hey,
right there,
Michael, they
man.
played by the century. They played by the century.
Exactly.
We played by
Exactly.
check by check. But hey,
Yeah.
shout out to y'all. What's cracking, bro?
What's
You
good,
good,
me,
panel?
myself?
Yes,
Hey,
sir.
be
Ski.
myself. I want you to
Yeah.
weigh in on that original topic too about women proposing to men. But yeah, do your thing.
Oh, you know, I think it's weird. Like, nigga, like, I'm the one that's supposed to be getting down on one knee. I'm gonna need a little help getting back up, but still, I'm gonna hop out this chair and get on one knee, my nigga. It's like, no, that's weird.
Yeah.
Even watching that was weird for you know what type of nigga. That was weird watching that. And some of them dudes is like, yo, if I could choke you and get away with it right now, I would. You
Facts.
know, hypothetically speaking. Now, don't do that. But in the real nigga mind, he's like, what are you doing? Not in front of everybody. I don't like surprises. I told you don't surprise me with anything. Even on Christmas, don't surprise me with nothing.
And see, and you know, I'm glad you brought up the surprise shit because you know what? I didn't bring that. See, women love surprises. Men don't.
They do.
See what I'm
We
saying?
hate them. We can't stand them. And we learn how to hate them as we
That's
get older.
why. That's another reason why it's just traditionally it works better when the man proposes and always do. Even though even the men can handle rejection more than women. So if the woman say no, he ain't tripping.
That was our first game. Let's see, we're gonna go to the beach and we're gonna see how many numbers we can get. You know how many you don't score unless you shoot. The homie told me that in Miami in 04. He was like, you know, Allen Iverson and Jordan, they were terrible shooters. You know how many times they shot the ball a game? That's why they score so many, because they weren't scared to shoot. You shoot. You gon' miss. You're guaranteed to miss. That's called rejection. Learn how to deal with it. You do that as a teenager if you're a real nigga, right?
Exactly.
And then as you grow in the game, we call this, my favorite game was going outside and getting at them things, getting them draws, nigga. That's what we did outside of balling and playing football. That was our third favorite game. But yeah, y'all understand what I'm at. But in the nigga, one more thing before I forget, the nigga topic, right? It doesn't matter because I missed that. That show was lit yesterday, but it doesn't matter. Here's how I feel. You can say whatever you want, but if I'm in the presence of you, if I can put physical hands on you, then you can't say it. If I can't touch you, if it's over the internet, you call me nigger. I play Call of Duty for real. You know how reckless these people are on the internet? So you can't do nothing to it. You got to get over it. So that would be my opinion on yesterday's topic. Don't worry about it. If you can't do nothing about it, get over it. When you can, do something about it. Be smart how you do something about it. But going back to the women putting on their knees, the brother from Africa was like, nope, that's not how it's done. And it has never been done that way in my culture. Get up the beach. And so that's how he feels. We, on the other hand, think the same kind of way sometimes, right? But you know why those women are proposing? Because the men trap them like women trap men. That's the real underlying thing, because these type of dudes will string along a woman for 2 decades, a decade, have babies with them, cheat on them, leave, come back, and then these women is like, hey, enough. I'm gonna propose to you, you simp nigga. So a lot of that energy, man, if you're not trying to be with the woman, if you have to decide, can you live without her? If you can live without her, let her go. If you can't live without her, put a ring on it. Do what's right, and you won't have these type of situations. But yeah, y'all got it. Yeah, for sure.
It's bluff calling. It's bluff calling when a woman do it. Ain't
It's
proposing.
50-50. It's both. No, it's both sides though. It takes two to play that game.
I just wonder, is the women, are they the breadwinners who are doing these things?
Yeah, that's a good
It
question.
appears so to me. Like for the woman who was in a 10-year relationship, all the stuff that she bought, it just screams that she's been buying stuff. You know what I'm saying? It screams that she's been breadwinning, that she's been doing it, and she put her foot down. She fed up. Yeah, that's what it was given to me. It was given acrimony.
And see, and that never worked. That's why in other countries, right, the way it worked is if a man want a woman, he got to bring a cow, some land, or something. But it's never heard of in these other countries that the woman is bringing some to the man for him. They will look at that woman like, the fuck kind of woman is this? Don't she know she's the prize? She's the one that bears the child, which is the lineage.
Right.
Absolutely.
Hey, what about the girl?
In African culture, that's exactly how it is. I'm living in Africa. I got an African wife, and I can tell y'all this by experience, bro. The way they do things. When a man wants to marry a woman, they gotta go all out in the sense of not about money. This man, they gotta go to the parents' house where his woman was raised, and he got to go with his family, go knock at the gate and go ask the parents for the hand in marriage of the daughter. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, why I loved that concept when I ran into it is that there's no counselors needed. If y'all got issues in your relationship, the parents come as mediators to help you. And there's no divorce. And the parents are seen as elders, and everyone respects their elders. There's still that underlying foundation that hasn't changed in Africa. And that's one of the things that I love about the place, because we still have control over that shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because this American stuff is screwed up. They have under their agenda. That's why I'm saying, who wrote these rules? Whose laws are we following? You know, like who said? I mean, like me myself, I don't think that I would have proposed to a man, but I can't say that I won't. I wouldn't want to, but I can't say that I want. And I say that because I'm just going to go ahead and say this. I'll be 59 this year. So I went through a lot of changes. You know, it comes with maturity. I've been through a lot of change. I've changed over the years. I have 4 children. I was never the same parent to each of my children, because each of my children are individual people and they needed to be addressed differently.
Right.
So the whole change thing, it comes with your situation, whatever's going on, because life be life, and right. And everything is addressed differently. And that's why I said, I'm the one that said, why can't we come 100? Because you have some people that give their all at work and they come home and give you just a little bit, you know, and they're not showing up like they should. And when I say 100, I'm not talking about percentages as far as who's doing what, who's paying what. I'm talking about just showing up. Or are you giving me your full self? Whatever that is, are you giving me your all? And I'm not taking away from what you do with your friends, what you do with your family, yada, yada, yada. But are you giving this marriage, this relationship, your all? That's what I'm saying as 100, because some people, when they hear that 50-50, they fall back and say, well, I did this. I washed the dishes yesterday and I washed the clothes, you know.
Yep, you right. Because that other 50 going to the government that they go to every. Yeah, you know what the real system is. Hey, I'm dead tired. I ain't got nothing else for nothing except for going back to master and giving him the plan. You know, the head of the plantation, all my energy. When I get off the plantation, I'm dead tired.
And then so for me, marriage is, I've been married and divorced, but marriage is, to me, all it is, when you want to say legally, is a piece of paper that they made us draw up. It's a contract. And for those who are in this awakened world, we don't even believe or subscribe to contracts, right? You set your own rules. You set whatever you and that person, however y'all want to do it, y'all do it. You still, in Texas, you don't have to have no paperwork. In Texas, if you told someone, yeah, this is my wife, Texas, they're good with that. When that person, when somebody, you are common law now, okay? It doesn't have to take 10 years. And I'm saying this because I worked in the banking industry, and when people would pass away, it had nothing to do with, was this the spouse or whatever, were they legally married, put it like that. If they announced that this is my wife, this is my husband, to introduction to somebody, that's what it was. And okay, you're the spouse. That's, I mean, like, this whole legality and having us caught up in the system with this paperwork and numbers, because that's all we become is numbers to them, and the control that they have over us, because now they want to see how many people living in your house, where you're at here, where you, I mean, it's so much more to that, y'all. But you
It's
know,
crazy, right?
yeah, it is. It
And
is.
then
But I
look
just
at the
say,
sister that proposed to herself. That shocked me when she
oh,
married herself. She proposed to herself. That
yeah.
when that went viral, and I saw that, I said, you know what? I'm done with social media. You got women proposing to men. You got people wanting to be animals, and now you got a sister. Now, out of all people, I would expect it out of somebody else, but the sister literally had everything decorated, and then had people recorded, and then she went and jumped and man, when I saw it, I said, "Damn, this is mentally ill." I said, "Man, I'm like, what in the
And
world?"
see,
Like,
you may think it's mentally ill, but for her, it may have been her confirmation, her affirmation, her way of growing, her way of trying to rise up in self, and trying to rise up in her worth, and trying to validate herself, because we don't know what she's been through, right?
that's
I
true. That's true.
Girl, a lot of women now, they will say, I choose me. I
Right.
choose me because I'm going to love myself. I'm going to love myself. Therefore, I'm not going to accept anything. And she just took it overboard to us. But for her, that's maybe what it took for her to stand in her strength. You know, I'm just saying, I don't know, but I'm just saying
But
that
that makes sense though.
if I
And a
had
lot
done
of
something
women
like
they learn
that,
too late though. Yeah,
yes,
because and
because
what you're saying,
what
like, and what you're
what
saying, God is they supposed to be taught that, and you know that
at
they're
an early
supposed to be
age.
taught that before
Yeah,
they get trapped. Yeah,
yeah,
exactly. Before they get
yeah,
trapped with the baby, they supposed to are. But this is how the system is set up to where
yeah,
it's gotcha, trapped already,
exactly.
male and female. Then we learn about consciousness, and then we become awoken after we
Exactly.
already too deep
And,
in the.
and I'm be
But
honest
yeah,
with you too,
yeah, go
bruh,
ahead.
to add on to it. And I'm gonna tell you with some of the people that I spoke to too. And I'm gonna be honest with you. Hey, sometimes, man, it ain't really the system, man. Sometimes, and what I'm starting to tell people too, especially some of the kids that we mentor, sometimes it's not really that system. Sometimes it's other women that's older that's hating. Sometimes it's other people, your environment. It's not always the system. And
That's why,
that's not
right?
talked about a lot too. A lot of older people, just like older brothers, like I see out here in the city in DC, you got, and everywhere you go, you got a lot of the older guys that's hating on these young brothers. They can't do the stuff that they used to do. So they send the young guys out here to commit some of the stuff that they can't do because of so many different underlying things. So sometimes, Dave Chappelle said something real beautiful. The worst thing you can call somebody is crazy. That's being dismissive. Sometimes it's the environment. Maybe the environment is a little crazy. People, you know what I'm saying? People hurt people, man. So it's
And we adapt to our environment according to science. We are
exactly.
only that. Whatever our environment is, you put that baby in it. I promise you, it's gonna be an
It's
alpha
gonna
male or female in that environment. Right now, you change the environment, they're gonna be alpha in that. We can only be a product of our environment, including the home. If the home is separated because of this, that, and the third, or whatever the greater system is, what a home is directly related to the system because you don't get a home unless you put in credit, et cetera, into the system. So they already, by you getting your home, have infiltrated behind those doors. You see what I'm saying? Just by having one.
Mhm.
I know,
And
but
then you
there's
got to
been
think
a
about
few
going
generations.
outside.
I just wanted to say something that there's been a few generations where the older women, wasn't there teaching the younger girls how to be. The grandma was up on the
Exactly.
party, and it's so and then we have the single mothers who's raising these males, and they put so much emotion inside these little young boys. It's all over it's scrambled eggs. It's scrambled eggs.
Yeah.
Exactly. Boys supposed to gain their emotion from the women they meet later in life, not from jump. We supposed to be nothing but pure testosterone. Let's go get it. Let's go outside, play till the lights come on. Well, we're gonna get beat. And then we're supposed to learn about how to cope and give that 100%, or how to mesh with and link up with our female counterparts. That's stages, a standard operating procedure to growing and being a human being. They completely flipped it, and they force feeding the sexuality, this, that, and the third on the little people before they even know what it is. They're kicking out the fathers via this, that, and the third, because they take away this, that, and the third where you can provide for your family legally, and then they push the other illegal stuff around you, and then say, choose. It's your fault if you choose wrong. It's like, no, we're beings, we're adapting to our environment. If our environment is liquor store, drug, pawn shop, KFC, Burger King, McDonald's, that's the peak of what we think we can get. Until we see otherwise, then we can do otherwise. But until then, so we really gotta knock the system. We gotta punch that left eye into that right eye, the mental governing, and then do the same with ourselves in code, like we're doing now and at home. And if we do that at the same time simultaneously, we can take over. It's gonna be quick, and it's happening quick. It's happening right in front of our eyes. We see how crazy the country and the world is going because we're all waking up. No matter the race, we're all waking up so fast. That's why everything looks so crazy, because they're scrambling, like Diddy said. But yeah, y'all got it.
And if we do, if we can get more sisters like today, because I'm, and that's what make me start speaking and change my narrative, because I have started seeing some personally that's talking out again. You know, some of the ones that put me on to some stuff, but. And especially to some, man, salute to this is on the chat and the panel, man. Sanjay got some power. Hey, listen, I don't know what's been going on the last 3 weeks, but it's been some powerful sisters speaking some powerful stuff, man. But if we can have more sisters like Shahrazad Ali, more like her, and more like, you know, the 3 sisters that's on this chat, and actually speak about it. Matter of fact, man, I remember 2 years ago, I was doing security for a company, and this sister told me that she was an elder sister, but she couldn't talk to me. I don't know why, but I never forget her name. And she said, brother, I can't teach you nothing. Because she knew that I always read, and me and her always used to talk. But she said, young man, I can't teach you nothing. She said, you was a man. She said, my duty is supposed to teach the sisters. She said, so I can only tell you but so much. She said, you need to go around and be with some brothers. I already knew, but we were just conversating. But this was funny. She said, she said, I'm 59 years old. I can't get to the sisters because it's hard getting to them. When you go and listen to other women, listen to women. That's why I love being around. I love Too Short, the rapper. That's why he's so successful. Because like he said, if you be around women, man, and stop thinking with your other pen, you will be put in better position to get a lot of game, man.
They will put you on game on how to get them.
Exactly. And listen to the woman. Every woman, if you notice, a lot of women don't like other women. That's why I say a woman's greatest test is herself. Listen to women. Listen to the way they talk. So that's why the sisters and certain it's sisters out here. That's why I had to change my perception.
Can we agree that the same way women hate women, men hate men? Like most of my haters are men. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, well, yeah. Well, I know we was on that, but let me get on the dudes. Man, dudes. Oh man, Sanchez, that's go that we gonna be
talking about as far as like
it's not as bad. It's not as bad as women on women though. Sam, you have
the dudes. I ain't man. Yeah, man. I ain't.
bro.
Second, don't y'all know that the word player hater come from men and not women? Listen what I'm saying now. Hold up. When you talk about men hate, we hate each other so much we'll start building nuclear weapons, grenades, guns, militaries and shit. I'm just saying, I ain't got no problem as a man saying that a woman can't hate better than me. See, because as men, we like to say that we can do everything better than women, and I'm going to take it the extra mile. I'm going to say, can't no woman do no hating better than me, my nigga. What you talking about?
Big facts. Think about it, everybody. He's correct.
Sanchez.
I
might.
fucking how you said that though. That's the real shit. How he
I
ended it
think he
though.
talking about as far as men giving other men good advice or giving
Yeah,
boys advice
But
and women
yeah.
giving women advice.
That's what I'm talking.
I
My
don't think that's what he
2 grand. You
meant.
on point, 2 grand. You on point. You on
Go
point.
in,
But
go
I
go
see
in.
what
Go,
Sanchez
hey,
coming
look!
at.
I just came in just a minute ago from warming me some food, so I probably missed the context. But I think it's a good context period to talk about just who hate the most. But in a case of giving advice, what context did he mean it in? What I miss on that one? Go ahead, man.
So
School
what
me.
I was saying was the sister was saying like it wasn't about who hate the most. What I
Right.
was bringing up was basically I just used an example how I met an elder sister, and I was just saying how I was speaking as just I just spoke on the sisters for a short second. I said if we had the whole conversation was that I said I'm happy that it's more sisters talking out now and speaking more about it. And like the 3 sisters on this chat. And I said that if we had more sisters like the 3 on this chat, and also a sister that I saw or more Shahrazad Ali's, which is out here. That's why I was saying, and I used an example how I saw a young lady, an older woman, and a progressed woman that I used to work with years ago. And, I never was, really didn't talk much, but when she spoke to me, Sanchez, she knew that, we was very intellectual with each other. And she said, young brother, I'm 59 years old. I can't teach you certain things because, I'm curious. You know how I am, Sanchez. I like to learn stuff. So she was like, brother, the men supposed to teach you. I'm supposed to teach the sisters, but I was just going on base what she said. She said, but I can't get to the sisters because it's hard to get to them. She said, so I can't teach you nothing. It's not my duty or my job to tell you something. She said, I tell my son the same thing. She said, I was her son age at the time. She probably in her 60s now. But that's all I was saying. And she said, she only supposed to teach the sisters. But I had dived in a little deeper because she said she couldn't teach the sisters because it's hard to get to them for some whatever reason. And I just use other things. But other than that, yes, I do agree. I think that men coming on what you saying, Sanchez, yeah, I think men hate more than women. I've been saying that. I just said that
But
last
listen,
week.
I'm gonna give you some smoke. I think it's harder to teach men than women.
You say it's harder to teach men than women?
Yep.
Oh
I've
shit,
been saying
Sanchez.
that. Sanchez, we spoken that before.
Let me tell you why I know this, right?
That's
Don't
true.
you? Oh, hold on. Not. Please let me say my argument for it. I'm gonna just talk about flat Earth starting off, right? Flat Earth, the Earth being flat. Most of the men that's pushing the globe lie are men. Astrophysicists, Bill Nye, Neil deGrasse Tyson, and most men that find out the truth, they ain't gonna admit to it because men ego. We hate to be wrong. And guess what I found out in all of my flat Earth years? Women are more open to the truth than men. They just more honest to say, yeah, them. But men feel like, damn, that nigga know more than me. Or damn, Sanchez knows something I don't know and he'll teach. And they rather say, even if that nigga is telling the truth, I'm not gonna let this other man know that he outsmarted me or knew something I didn't know. I have a hard time with men. I'm gonna tell you, let me keep going. When I say men are harder to teach with women, don't you know that the whole world could be a heaven right now if men was easy to teach? But the fact that when you tell men that war ain't the answer, violence ain't the answer, capitalism ain't the answer. See, when we say it's a man's world, but we don't like what we see outside, it's because you can't tell men shit. We're more stubborn than women. And I'm going to show you how this works, right? Even in nature, right? The woman is more flexible and curvy than the man who's more solid, rigid, and firm when he set his mind on something. Because I'm a man, and I know if I say, I'm going to kill that nigga, it's over for you. And can't nobody talk me out of it or nothing. I'm just saying. And I might be making an example that, too drastic, but I'm giving you just insight on it, why wars are still being fought and all that shit. Like, men, we stubborn, bro. Like, what I'm saying?
But the reason I think that men are more stubborn is because of what society has. And look,
we don't want to make excuses for why, though. That's
exactly. Bingo.
Sanchez, listen up. Not too long ago, I think it was a couple days ago, you had an amazing stream where you went into the Mesoamerican kind of heritage and cultures and things like that, and how the matriarch was at the top and stuff like that. In today's society, you just said it. People tell us it's a man's world, so it's hard for us. It's hard
No,
for
no,
us.
no, 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 no. People don't tell us that. No, 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 no. People don't tell us that. Men tell us this a man's world because we know that. That's just like if a woman. That's just like if a woman in your house raising her voice, a nigga tell her this a man's house. Shut your ass up, nigga. The same attitude. This a man's world. Sit your ass down, woman. Because you know you can't beat me in a fight or outthink me technologically and all that. I get it. Come on, man. We ain't gonna lie about it though. You know, I'm a man.
No, I'm not trying to get. I'm not trying to really get around that. What I'm trying to say is, what you have a valid point. Intellectually, a man biologist or a physicist that comes to your channel and hears certain things that you're saying is going to be hard to get him off his square, because us as men,
I get him off his square one time. Because look, if the argument is who's the most stubborn and the most one that you can't teach the most, even his science support that.
Yeah.
Okay, no problem.
That's true.
I get what you're saying.
I'm gonna say what you said earlier, Sid. It ain't about gender. We gonna go with who more hard headed or whatever the fuck you said.
Nah, that's a gender thing. You know why? Because men run the world. And if we want the world to change, why hasn't the world changed? Because the gender that runs it is hard to change. We stubborn.
Yeah.
I hear that. But when it comes to intellect, and when it comes to the back and forth between relationships, I still or gender, I feel women hate on each other more than us men hate on each other.
But listen, here's my point though. When women hate on each other, millions of people don't die from war though. When men hate on each other, motherfuckers get exterminated.
You got that.
That's all I'm saying.
I like that. I like that. I
The only thing that I've seen as far as the reason why women hate on each other so much is because of the brother. Is because the brother is not keeping his thing in his pants in his home. That's when women start coming up against each other and being, at odds with one another.
Of another man
exactly.
that what they don't got.
Exactly. It's because of her man. That's the reason why. Other than that, when we lay all of that to the side, we get things done. We get it done.
I want to ask sister.
And the other thing is, I was going to say earlier, women love surprises, but it's not for them. It's for show. When they have their man send them flowers up on the job, it's not because you can bring them home, right? It's to show. It's to show off. When they dressing down, and I'm not going to say all women, but I'm going to say majority because I work in the office with just women, and it's always a show. They can't even get their work done because they too busy walking around showing their shoes, or they want to show how good they look in their outfit. And lo and behold, if they got the dang, got that going on. Got their hair done, got their nails done, everything.
That's
bling,
what,
bling.
and you know what? That's facts that a woman ain't gonna fight because another woman looked at her wrong. She'll fight because you looked at her man wrong, though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
But I just have a question. Do you think that you think us women have to? Because to me, I always think there's two types of men. There's some men who don't want to admit that they're not a one woman's man.
Right.
I think that's true.
I tell them from jump. I tell them off jump, and if they let me get something, then it's on them. I told you.
You know, I think that some men are not a one woman's man, and what about that?
And all they gotta do is tell that to the
100.
woman up front, because they'll be surprised. There are some women that are down for that. Tell them up front.
Yes, they are.
Hey, Sanchez and the guys, let me ask y'all this, man. That's my good fucking question. Man, what's up with these dudes, man, today? See, I ain't never, ever in my life had a problem Man, it seems like a lot of these dudes can't have a damn conversation with a woman. Okay, like, you know how you got, oh man, if she ain't give me, nah, don't talk, man, we on the phone. I be listening like, bruh, like, what's going on? Like, it's like you can't
Because
have a
it's
conversation
different
with
than
a
having a
dude,
conversation.
a
But listen,
female, man.
hey, check it, right? If you raised with a
Damn.
real man and a real woman, a mother and a father actually in the house, then you leave the house, right? You talk to a woman different that you trying to actually like get them draws off, right? Now, if you're not
Hey.
raised with both, you're gonna talk to that woman or pretend like she your mama. You so used to talking to your mama and not your father and helping them put you on game. But some single mothers
Watch
put
this.
you on game. They play both roles, right?
What?
So it's a dichotomy. Yeah, go ahead,
Watch this, right? This one thing that men fail with. Just because you know how to spit game don't mean you know how to have a conversation. So let me break the two down for you, right? Spitting game is being able to tell women things to charm them in that moment so I can get the number because I only got a few moments in first impression when I'm just stepping to it right off the bat. However, once you get the number and all that and get to the restaurant and all this shit, you got to know how to have a conversation now. Like, it got to be a different mode between kicking game, because if you just doing that all the fucking time, you're going to look like a damn car salesman eventually. Like,
Yo, that's deep.
you're
Yeah,
going to
that's
start
exactly
looking
what you
like.
start looking. Yeah, you know.
Hey,
So,
let me find out my man Sanchez out. He got some. Okay, I see you, bro.
Yeah, that nigga got plays.
My
Yeah, he
man.
got plays, man. Yes, sir.
My man, hey, look though, but like Sanchez just said early, it's this shit that we already know though, you know. That's real.
No, that's facts because
That's real.
spitting game in a club, like Sanchez said, you got limited time, so you got to hurry up, try to get the number, or see what Shorty is doing, or whatever, how we used to do it back in the day. But when you get into a restaurant setting, when y'all trying to get to know each other, now you have to have some substance, depending on the woman that you're sitting in front of.
Exactly.
If you can't hold an intelligent conversation and bring rebuttals and this to keep the conversation going, that's not game. That's different than game.
That's what I'm saying. Like, and another thing I was telling, you know, some of the dudes, right? Or some people, even I tell myself, like, cause I be learning from everybody, and there's some stuff that I be saying, man, sit there and ask sister, man, when the last time you rode a bike and you ran into a car? It's just some off the wall shit. You know what I'm saying?
You're right.
Just
No
ask her
10 speed.
ask her, hey, yeah, when the last time the TV when you woke up and one morning just used the bathroom and ran your toe into the stud? When you get your first ass whooping, your first kiss, your first heartbroken? Ask shit that you got to talk to them. Like, you know what I'm saying?
That's called the training. Hey, bro, literally that's called the training. That's how you get trained up.
Think about this. We all categorize each other. So men and women know, like, you know, they know what they're attracted to, and they know you know, what's good for them, you know? So it's like, you know, a lot of time it's just attraction, and then, you know, it's not really.
Yep. It's animalistic first, then it's spiritual. Yeah, it's animalistic, primal first.
Right.
Off jump. You know if you gonna hit that or she gonna try to jump your bones.
She know it.
Man, she already know. No,
and a lot of times you don't need game. If she
like my
attracted
man
to you, you
said in
don't
the
need
chat,
game.
you don't need game. Hey, a woman, she already know. And by the time you already get with her, she know before you know if she going to sleep with you. So all that extra stuff, she already know before you know. She just trying to see what you about, what you gonna say out your mouth. She know you before. She already know by the time she look at the picture, by the time you say something to her. So all that, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just don't be understanding dudes, man. They don't know women. You know what I'm saying? Like, she already know. Like, it's just like when you sleeping with her. As soon as you enter her, and it's the same for a man. Man, you think she ain't gonna know if you messing around with her? Same way for the dude, but you think she ain't gonna know you put your whole world in her. It's simple.
And it's just like he already know if you a jump off or if you you know, vice versa.
Well, it did say in the Bible that a man's supposed to, you know, protect his seed. It never said the woman had to protect her egg. It's always the man had to protect. Don't let your seed fall to the ground. And that goes with obviously with women. It goes with also see with women. You know, back in the day, I mean, a man used to look at a woman's bloodline and see whether or not if she's acceptable first.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yep, the
And I
benefits
think
of
they
this
used.
marriage. Exactly.
I think they used to take and check the bloodline. If they didn't do that, sometimes they used to use the urine too. Just how like when they when they was delivering birth to find out if it's a girl or a boy, they used to use the urine too to figure out the woman's bloodline or something like that. Like I was just talking about an African tribe earlier to a brother about a Sierra Leone tribe, which is kind of amazing to me in a way, but it's kind of tricky. And he said that both the male and female, they gotta disappear for about 3 to 8 months. You know what I'm saying? And it's kind of brutal what they
And then
do.
come back. And that's what, and yo, what you talking about is the
Yeah.
tea leaves,
And
my nigga. They were
yeah,
letting certain leaves float different in certain type of solutions and fluids. And you can tell if a chick is pregnant by her urine when she's pregnant versus
exactly.
not pregnant by the same leaf, how it float or sink based off of the
My
chemical.
man.
Yeah, and their science was so fucking deep that literally they were speaking to the trees, the bushes, the leaves, the herbs, the
Yep.
birds, and the bees. They could literally speak to them or was on the same frequency level. But yeah, man, that's a whole nother deep ass conversation. But yeah, they
And
was
then they
on
used to
different
take
type
the
of science. They
females
used
and
now.
circumcise the woman. They take the girls
Yeah.
and circumcise them. And
Yeah,
I
that's
think
crazy though.
for
Yeah.
something, yeah, they said that before they won't get I guess I don't want to use the term, but I just say horniness or something like that, or it stops them and they do that for
They
us
stopped
too.
doing that
Yeah.
in most African countries once the internet caught a hold of that. Try to post like, yeah, that's weird and perverted. That's not. No, that it.
Yeah,
There
that's
was
crazy
there's
right
you,
there,
who we
man.
were talking about the leaves and the urine, male and female. That's the real organic science, right? But then you
Yep.
got a perversion of the tribes once they separate away from their true cultures, whether they went to war. Now it's kids raising kids, and then you come up with the rituals of circumcising the female and all that weird shit, right? But yeah, I know what you're talking about, man. But like I said, why the difference between game and conversation? Thank you, bro, for bringing that conversation up. Because literally, you have to have some sort of intellect outside of the actual plays. It's like a game, literally a game. You got plays that you run to score, right? Now, outside of that game, though, those plays no longer work. And that's where we get stuck. But we got stuck because you got simp niggas, aka the red pill community, and then
Talk
you
to me.
got the off the wall chicks just to be as nice as possible. And that's the new generation. 80% of them are thinking like that. So we're rare because we're not a part of this new generation that has no idea the difference between game and conversation, or even
Exactly.
game at all to even get them draws. But yeah, hey
Exactly.
man, we're talking to a different generation raised a different way than we was raised.
Like I'm gonna be the first nigga to
A
tell
little
And to
you.
bit,
go
not
back
always,
and
but
to,
yeah,
and
a
to
little
go
bit.
back and to go back to the whole lineage thing, this is what I brought this up earlier, right? This is why arranged marriages kind of was a good idea back in the day, because it's the parents that looked at the lineage of another family, and this family probably had a son or a daughter, and they tried to hook you up with the son that's probably, let's say, 12, 13 years old, and they just got y'all been playing together for years. You know what I mean? And next, y'all 18, 19, 20, and the parents tried to hook up the child with the son or the daughter of that other family that they were close to. So they knew exactly where their sons or daughters were heading, because they're the ones that was kind of hooking up. Like, I get it. Nowadays, everybody wants that power, right? We all got will. We all got that free will. And bro, I think it's Yanasi or another young lady that was talking earlier, that brought this stuff up, right? Where traditionally, this stuff, whatever we're doing right now, this whole dating movement, it's not working, y'all. Divorce is sky high, y'all. This whole shit is fucked up. It's a fucking cash grab. Contracts is a fucking cash grab. Any type of paperwork that you getting into a divorce, you put the state is gonna rape you. Why? Because they gotta get their cut. At the end of the day, again, I'm gonna repeat this. The greatest covenant right now, if y'all don't see it, trust me, just look a little bit. The greatest covenant is between a man and a woman, right? And this is the only way that our kids are going to be raised the right way for them to take over the torch, let's just say. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, all this dating shit, all this marriage shit, certificates and all this contract, it's bullshit. I don't believe in it. Don't get me wrong. I got married. I got that certificate, but I talk about it all the time with wifey, and I'm like, yo, we didn't need this. I've been married almost 20 years now, bro. You understand? And I didn't do the whole traditional bullshit. But the love I have for my wife and my kids, it's unconditional. There's nobody that's gonna be able to take me away from them, because I want to be here. I want my kids to see me every fucking day. I come from a single mom household. My dad wasn't around, so I want to give my kids exactly what I didn't have, and I try really hard to do that.
I'm glad your wife can see that, you know, where she ain't just like, we need to do this, we need to do that. Like, just, you got a good one, bro, because, you know, you ain't got to fight with her on that shit, you know?
No, absolutely. Like I told y'all, right? I'm married. I'm born in the Western world. I'm a born Canadian, but I married an African woman. And bro, let me tell y'all, these women, these African women, compared to like the Westernized women.
Oh,
like,
I know. Trust me, bro. I know. I know.
You finna get some females ornery right now, nigga. Keep going though.
No, straight up.
He telling the truth. Like it's literally like that. You know what I'm saying? I grew up in a Gambian household, so I understand. You know, my mother was married to an African. You know, so I understand.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it's different. But I'm gonna say this too. That's not all of them over there. And I can say I have, you know, just speaking, you know, for myself. You know, that's all over in Africa, because I'm telling you, I could damn near tell you about how half of them get that. I could tell you. I know them. I'm telling you. That's not all of them. And a lot of them over there, I'm gonna really keep it 100 with you. If you ask the women, they say that American men treat them way better than their own husband. But I'm just telling you the truth from what I saw.
Go deeper into that. So they don't like their men and we don't like our women.
Hey, hold up 1 second, y'all.
Before you get off the topic, I just wanted to know, what are the key things that makes a Gambian woman or African woman better than an American woman?
To me, I would say I will answer that for $2,000. For me, I don't see no difference. If you ask me personally, I've seen Gambian women. Now, Gambian women are much different than some of the other women in West Africa, because that's the Northwest right there, off of Senegal. I don't like Nigerians. I don't like none of them. I like Cameroonians, certain. But to me, I don't see no difference. I'm not one of them dudes that be like, okay, I'm going to leave America, go fly over here to find that. Because I know, yeah, American women are a little messed up, because they got a book that's written in the 1500s called Women of the West, Prostitutes and Madams, and that came out in the year 1529. So I understand about the things that they do, but everybody, listen, I'm not trying to start no controversy, but if we want some smoke, we can go there. Everybody want to be like the American black woman. Everybody want to be like the American black man. But I also agree with $2,000 too, because some traditions over there in Africa, what makes them, to answer your question, what makes it up, sister, is what the brother said. It's morals, it's principles. Like, you got to go through their parents. Some traditions, and the brother $2,000 probably know this. Some traditions, I'm gonna tell you something. They will literally take the woman and have the woman try to be in front of the man and get on him to see if he's gonna get hard. If he get hard, they're gonna cause that merge off. When I was 6 years old, what they do, and another thing they're gonna do, I seen this in my own eyes. I seen this at 6. If my mother was here, she'll tell you. And the Gambian culture is different. Not all of them do it. Gambian, I'm gonna tell you what they gonna do. The women gonna be in one room in purple dancing. The men gonna be in another room, all surrounded by the woman. The night they married, they gotta record that woman while him and the wife and the man is having sex. They gotta make sure that she's a virgin. When I went upstairs and I saw that, blew my mind and kicked me out the room, but I seen her looking at me. You know what I'm saying? But they had to record it to make sure
right there.
that she was purified. I seen it with my own
eyes. We're talking about tradition. Let me say one thing. It ain't no virgins over this motherfucker.
I got to run real quick, but I'm gonna have to revisit this with y'all, man. Unfortunately, I gotta run real quick. But yo, man, it's always a good fun panel, and y'all know how we do it, man. Good topics as always. Peace and much love. I gotta get up out of here real quick.
Peace
But
and
yeah,
love,
we'll be
everyone.
back
Peace and
for
Peace
sure.
and love.
Peace.
Y'all.
Peace, bro.
Love y'all, man.
All right, bro.
Peace.
For sure.
Peace.
Peace and love.